Jacob! Get out of your chair right now! Hello! Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. How are you guys? I'm so sorry for being late. I had a later shift. Um, I had a 9 till 5 instead of 9 till 3:30. So don't really have much time to do things. I still had to make my soup for the week because the order keeps coming late and everything keeps being late, and yeah. Anyway, so I had to get some stuff done. I had to shower, I had to eat, I had to make my soup, I had to clean up. But here we are. Hello. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna read more Frankenstein. I forgot to add that to the title actually. I need to change the title now. But how are you guys? I hope you're taking care of yourself. Hi Say, hi Soy, hi Iron, hi Hado, hi Wise Man, hi Tom, hello Senti. You can tell she's lying because she never showers. I shower every day. Thank you very much. I hope your soup was great and you're ready for a great stream. I am ready for a great stream. And I did taste the soup. I've made it before. It's a banger. It's like a vegetable broth kind of thing. Like, so it's in a broth soupy thing, and then I add like courgette and onion, garlic, carrot, chopped tomatoes in a can, pinto beans, green beans. I did it before and it like tasted really nice. And then I also add rice to it just to kind of make it a bit more filling, because you know I do have a physical job, so it does require more energy from my body. So I do feel like I probably should fill myself up a bit. Hi Noah, how are you? Hi Edo, I'm okay. I'm just glad to be home. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Rice and bean soup. Kind of rice, bean, and veggie soup, I would say. Well, I have a minor mishap that keeps bugging me a bit, but I think it'll pass in time. What happened? Best streamer in the world? Ooh, I don't know, in the world. What is your job, Noam? I've told you before. And I'm sorry to hear you're tired again, Soy. Also, congrats on the daily apple, Iron. Yahoo! You've been like catching them every day. Well, every stream, more like, because we don't stream every day, obviously. Say suggested we should look at, what was it? My overview. Also, I don't know why Ursula still has the birthday roll. It really shouldn't still be there. But that's never happened before. Like, every single person that got the birthday roll, like, their birthday went away after the day. So it might have just been the way that Yashik put it in. I don't know. Or the bot is broken. I'm not sure. Yes, my Twitch recap. I don't have Spotify. I forgot, my bad. No, it's okay. I forget you guys all the time. Who are you again? Him. So I work in a university. I do a bunch of different things, really. I work at the register, I put pizzas in the oven, I do jacket potatoes, I serve food. I don't know, it kind of depends on the day where I am. But today, well, this week, I've been on pizza, so I've been on either the register for the pizza or putting the pizzas in the oven. And because, so there's this situation at my job right now where almost all of the cleaners are sick, so we basically have to do their job. So we have to vacuum like the whole cafeteria, and it's fucking huge. And you know, my managers had the bright idea to make just one person do that all by themselves. So they've created a schedule for every person to do that every day. You know, so today was my day. It took me 2 hours. Yay. It was very fun. Um, but yeah, needless to say, my back hurts. And at the end, I was shaking because I was hungry, not because of anything else. But then I had a flapjack, and then I was fine. So I lived. Um, Guys, Spotify Wrapped also dropped. Who's your top artist? Yeah, I don't have Spotify. I used to have Spotify, but then I was like, I don't want to use Spotify. I'd rather use YouTube. I don't really listen to YouTube to music enough for it to like be, you know, for it to be something I should use. I don't know how to explain. I've barely used Spotify this year, to be honest. See? Well, one of the tenants in my apartment complex has decided that I've offended him somehow. Fun part of it is that I've never really bothered anyone during the time I've lived here. What? How did you find out? Did he confront you? What happened? But yes, so here is my recap. Let's look at it together. Hydrate. Thank you for hydrate. I'm going to hydrate with my coffee because I need to drink it. YouTube Music also has a yearly recap. Yeah, but like how does it distinguish between videos and music? Because you're not gonna want to know what I watch, so that's the secret. I've used YouTube and not YouTube Music to discover most of my music lately. There we go. Okay, 2025 as a streamer, obviously. 514 hours streamed. That's a lot of hours. Wait. How many hours are in a day? I'm going to look it up because I don't know that by heart, because who does? I bet one of you does. I can feel it. Hours a year. 8,760. So, 24 hours in a day usually. No, I know there's 24 hours in. Oh my god, I'm gonna slap you. I know. I mean in a year. In a year. In a year. Because there is a separate music app and also proper songs are marked as such. Why do you make this sound as if it's really obvious? I didn't know there was a separate music app. This is something all people know? I don't think so. So, where can I find the recap? When you open Twitch, it seems to like pop up right away. I can't believe I missed a whole 38 hours of Noah streams. Can't believe it. That's crazy. Slacking. Total streams 137. So 137 streams out of 365 days. Guys, you can't say I don't treat you. It's something that YouTube is very keen to advertise, and yet I have never seen it. Isn't that interesting? Hi Shrimp, how are you today? Best at Noah. Boom! Boom? Click the top right menu button, and for me it was literally at the bottom when I opened Twitch. But that works as well. Distinct days streamed. Oh, never mind. 129. Still a lot, still a lot. Total hours watched. 6,800. That's not right. Oh, is this other people watching me? Oh, wow. That is crazy. Top categories. Number 1, Skyrim, obviously. Number 2, Morrowind. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, these, World of Warcraft, Oblivion, and Palworld. 3.75 hours is your average stream time. Where did you see that? Or is that on your thing? Your top stream reached 78 viewers. I'm guessing this is because I what am I saying? I got raided. Not an Elder Scrolls stream. Listen, we're trying to grow out of that, you see. Hi Puma, how are you today? 82,000 chats received. You guys are insane. Oh my god. Top channel emotes. Oh, hype. Much loved, much loved. Then we got the love, the eep, the wave, and Zpat. Your biggest fans. Wow. I would say this makes sense. Beer I haven't seen in so long. Is Beer just like lurking all the time? Masa makes sense, Zento makes sense, Zay makes sense, Wise Man makes sense, Soy makes sense. Jones we haven't seen in ages, but he's kind of gone off the internet, so good for him. We need more sewer emotes. What else can I make that's sewer related? Divided the 514 days by the 137 hour stream to get the hour. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, wow. Very smart. I would say that's a good average. Yeah, usually I stream like 2 or 3 hours, but I suppose there are the occasional streams where I stream 12 hours or 4, but those are very rare, but I suppose that could like get rid of the balance. Second time was today when I was about to... Oh, sorry, I missed the first time. Well, first time was a couple of weeks back when he just kept watching me as I returned home from my friend's place. And as soon as I got in the hallway, he started to cross-examine me about if I really lived here. What the fuck? Second time was today when I was about to go for cycling. He bumped me on purpose, fake apologized, and then he got back out like a minute later and started asking some offending questions and then ending it with, you should really limit your eating since there's so much little piglets around here. And I was like, the heck is your... What the fuck? What the fuck? You should report him. That is fucking harassment. What is his problem? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is terrible. I'm sorry you had to go through that. What a dick. Should I come all the way to punch him in the face? Because he deserves it. What the fuck? The lurk is clearly Noah with a pancake on her head. No, it's the sewer thing. Obviously, it doesn't like look like a sewer thing because I can't draw, but you know. Working hard this year. Hi, Brustari. What, this, you mean watching me? Reporting to the meanie police? No, to the owner of the building. To be like, this guy is, what the fuck? Yeah, the meanie police is on it already. Don't worry. That sounds like a job for me. Wait, what does... Whoa. I can't follow. But hi, Garrett. How are you today? Oh, yes. Yes, it is a job for you. Go arrest that man that is harassing Wise Man. What a dickhead. Crossovers. Top collaborators. Tylers. Natsu. Who is this? Who is this? I've never heard of this person in my life. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Media? Huh? What? Natsu and Tylers make sense. Raids received 89 raids? That's crazy. Oh my god. Ursula raided me 7 times. Tylers 5 times. Bunny 3. Goodness me, goodness me. 44 cents myself. That's half of what I received. Okay, that makes sense. 122 clips, insane. What is considered as a unique clip, though? Your top viewed featured clip? The balls one, of course it is. Oh my god, obsessed. Balls. That's beautiful. Ursula, top raider. Woohoo! Yes, she is. She is. 403 new followers. It's pretty solid. That's my clip. Nice. Nice. Sorry, did I say Senti? Did I say Senti? Wait, can you check my stats? balls. Balls. I don't know. I don't know if I can. You have to check your own stats. Didn't you do a big repo stream with some people you didn't know? Yes. But like, why would she be there? Like, out of all people, I feel like I collaborated more with Shizu than I did with this person. Like, I've got no clue who this is. Surely she wouldn't pop up. How strange. To be fair, sometimes I forget to tag people. Then my fault. Points spent in your channel, 880.5k. Insane. So, 403 new followers, 6.85k hours watched. That is insane. 113 new subscribers, 82k chat, and total streams 137. Very cool. Very cool. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know how to find it on my phone because I'm not on my PC right now. I don't really know how to do it on your phone. I don't actually know if I watched anything. Oh, your favorite streamer is Koopsie. That is so funny. This is my viewer stat. I did think you were gonna ask, so here you go. Yes. I don't really watch people, so there's not that much. But yes, that makes sense. I do love Koopsie. But yeah, Koopsie, then Shizu, Tylus, Ursula, and this person I don't even know actually. Wow, 1,000 chats sent. Nice. This is so lame. Distinct days visited 200. Wow, more than I thought. I think you only collaborated with Shizu and Soy once this year. Or only hit stream together once. Yeah, but the thing was, with that person I don't know, it said once as well. So why? Soy's not even in your top 5. Come on, he barely streams. Plus, every time he streams is so random. Like, how am I supposed to know? I always miss it. What is this? Oh, I don't care about this. No, okay. Well, that was very cool, very insightful. I'm in Pem's top 5. Well, obviously you streamed during times that they were available, but every time I've missed your streams because they're so random. You don't plan your streams. If you did, I would be there, bro. But you don't. They're so random. Otherwise it would be. You know this. I'm a big fan of you. But yeah, as long as this person keeps on only assaulting people, it's not worth reporting. And yeah, I do know his name, and with that also his apartment. I think you should report it. I know you probably don't want to confront him, but that's like terrible. You can't let him get away with this. What a dickhead. I hope like a pigeon poops on his head. So mean. How dare he say that to you? That's so mean. My heart goes out to you. Yes. Noah, did you get your parcel today? I did. It is on the table. But I'm not gonna open it until Friday. So I will let you know what I think about your epic cool parcel. Alright. Yes. Because Koopsie got me a gift as well. That's on the table too. And his parents got me a card, so that's on the table as well. So yeah, I'm waiting till Friday, as that is my actual birthday. But yes. It is for Friday. Okay, good. I'm very curious. Everybody post your recaps in the Discord. Honestly, I'm kind of curious. Please do. If you can find it, that is. We don't have a dog park here, although some people ignore the collect your pet droppings rule, so I could technically find things around town while walking. Excuses. No, but they're good excuses though. I also heard car. Card. Card. Card, not a car. They're not rich. Car. Car. Imagine they got me a cat. Like they sent a box all the way from the south. That'd be insane. No, they got me a card. Card. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know what Coopsy got me at all. Like I don't even have an inkling of what he got me, to be honest, which is nice. I don't even know what to expect. Next time I will also, he's been doing some messed up stuff like banging doors, ringing doorbells, so there could be a case here with that with other tenants. So it's not only you, it's everyone in the building. Or is he singling you out? Dog shit, empty envelopes, random garbage, just shove it in there, make it your new garbage can. Honestly, just report him for harassment and move on with your life. If he does things like that, maybe others will report him as well and he'll get evicted. Yeah, exactly. Like, the only way to solve it is to report him, so something gets done about it. You can't let this slide, dude. Otherwise, it will just continue. Like, it's obvious that he's, like, being a menace to everyone. And a tenant obviously won't want that in their building. That sounds better in a way, so you're not singled out. Yeah, at least you're not singled out. But I'm still very upset. You better get on this. I know it's scary, but you gotta report him. That douchebag. He deserves what's coming to him, yes. AKA getting a warning or getting evicted, yes. Shit, I didn't realize I had muted myself. Yes, sorry. Don't listen to what our guard is saying. That's a bit too drastic. Don't do that. Just report him. Yes, report him. And that should be enough to solve the situation right now, I think. Wouldn't really want to make a chore for the next tenant if he gets evicted. What do you mean? Why would it be a chore? You're my recap too? Hooray! I'm glad. What does it say about me? Make him walk the plank. Yeah, do it. Noah, show us your YouTube music replay. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? I don't know at all. I know I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking. I was muted, but I wasn't speaking. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Help! How do I where does it say that? Where's the recap? I mean, if I drive him crazy with all the filth through the mail, next tenant has to carry. Oh, that's true. Good thinking, good thinking. Don't do it. Bad. Yes. YouTube music recap where? Sign into music app, select your profile, your recap. Dude, this is a cap. Where I don't see this. Do you need like music premium for it or something? Like it's just not a thing, sorry. I can't show it to you if it's not there. Do 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 do. Can't you see? Miss you all the time. What? I turned off my YouTube history long ago. No recap for me. Oh, alas, it doesn't really matter anyway. You don't need to see my YouTube history. Squad time. I love squads, man. It's my favorite thing. Yippee. Okay, here we go. One, I'm through the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh goodness. What? Look, I got minions to redeem squats so I can hoard kitty biscuit like a dragon. What are you gonna use it for? What are you gonna use it for, huh? There's nothing to spend it on. Sorry, I had to go get my fuzzy socks because I'm freezing. Is a movie night on the 18th of December? Dates can always be found in announcements. They're always there. But yes, it is the 18th. But yeah, if you're wondering any dates of anything, it's always in there. Always check there first. Yes. Yes. And it is the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Yippee! Which I'm really excited for, actually. I've been wanting to watch that with you guys for a while. Luckily, it's a small town, so enough bad talk about the guy with right people who spread like wildfire and pressure him out of here. Good! It's time for a random linked plank redeem. Oh, I'd rather not. No, I think I would puke. Because usually I stream right after dinner. So I would genuinely... The cartoon one or the real one? What? What? I can't believe you just said that to me. What? First of all, it's not a cartoon. Oh my god, okay. Anyway, it's not a cartoon, and the real one is obviously inferior. So we are watching the actual proper movie. The first one. The one that came before. Not that live action bollocks. Garbage. Yes, it is. No, it is not. It is an animated movie. It isn't a cartoon. What? That is crazy. This is like people calling anime cartoons. I don't understand. No, I accidentally clicked my fucking book away. No. So annoying, man. Oh, it took me so long to scroll through the right page. I don't think you can click on like a chapter or anything. I
thought the cartoon one was the real one. It is. That is the proper one. But he means live action or the first, like, original. Yeah, call it the original, not the cartoon.
Help.
Okay, I'm gonna look up
Help.
the definition of a
Dead.
cartoon.
I'm rolling on the floor.
Also, anime translated to cartoon is anime. I'm having a stroke right now. Anime is cartoon translated in English. No, but it's not the same though. It is not the same. Like that can be true, right? But I feel like there is a very clear difference between a cartoon and an anime. I just don't think they're very similar at all. But yeah, a cartoon is a drawing. Yeah, all of them say it's a drawing. There seems to be a lot of... seems to be a lot of definitions. Like some of them are... So our cartoon is a type of visual art that is typically drawn, frequently animated in an unrealistic or semi-realistic style. Specific meaning has evolved. Oh. Well, I don't think it's... My favorite anime is... It's not an anime. When did I say that it was an anime? I never said it's an anime. I never said that you said it's an anime. I said it is similar to how people call animes a cartoon when it's not a cartoon. Like there's a very distinct difference between cartoon, anime, and animated movie. Like this is a CGI, well, like, no, sorry, 3D animated movie. I wouldn't call this a cartoon. Like things that are cartoons are, you know, usually drawn, but I suppose it doesn't have to be. But yeah, like when you look up, let's see. Sorry, I didn't want to share anything personal. When you look up cartoon, like this is what shows up. It's like usually exaggerated features. It's usually, you know, 2D. I would not say it's a cartoon. I also feel like maybe that is because cartoon is kind of like... I don't know. When I hear cartoon, I think of kids. So that just doesn't seem right. Maybe like the actual definition is that it is a cartoon, but I wouldn't say so. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. I just don't like it because it's for kids. Cartoons are for kids. So when people call an anime a cartoon, or they call an animated movie a cartoon, it's a kid's film, Noah. No, it's not. Why are you being so harsh? Like, there's no need. And it is not a kid's film. This is another thing. Why is it that animated movies, like as soon as something is drawn, animated, or anything like that, it's a kid's thing? Like, why? I don't understand. I wouldn't say that How to Train Your Dragon is a kid's movie. Some parts of it are catered to children, yes. But I feel like it's a family movie, you know? It's for everyone. It's not limited. Like, something for kids is Dora the Explorer, okay? That's for kids. If I hear cartoon, I think of Adventure Time. I think that's a good example. And that's a cartoon I enjoy. I hear cartoon, I think like Flintstones or Jetsons. Is that like the future thing? I don't think I ever watched it, but I know what you mean, I think. You have to look up adult cartoon to find more anime-like ones. No, but they're different! They're different! This is why, I mean, Sure, it can be the translation, but this is why people call it differently, because it's not the same. Like, it is a different genre, you could say. Like, you can't just all pull them together when they're not similar at all. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just do that. That's like saying, oh, it's all food, so an apple and a fish are the same. Like, no, they have their own specific like groups for a reason. Because yes, they're all edible, but that doesn't mean they're the same. Cartoons are not for kids. Cartoons are Western animations. Anime is Eastern animations. The only reason we call them different things is because they're very different in style. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's so not comparable. And I hate it when people call it cartoons because it's not true. Colloquially, I think we just use cartoon for animated kid movies, shows, and then we just don't have a great set of vocabulary for Western animation. Yeah, but I wouldn't call Disney movies cartoons. I just wouldn't say that. It doesn't make sense. I would call it an animated movie. Like that, I feel like that depicts it better because I feel like often it is like I feel like Disney movies often have like greater messages than a cartoon will. I mean, not per se, obviously, like not for all cartoons or something, but I feel like, I just calling it kids movie, just calling it a cartoon is like not giving it the credit it's due. I just call it animated movie show if it's not strictly kids stuff, too. There you go, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I wouldn't call Avatar the Last Airbender a cartoon. Actually, I would see why people call it a cartoon. But I do feel like it is bigger than that. So I quite agree. Yeah. It's hard. But yeah, cartoon to me, I feel like is just for kids. But yeah, I can see why people would call Avatar The Last Airbender a cartoon. But I feel like it definitely has like some style that is kind of unique. Like it kind of, I suppose, is a mix of some anime features as well as kind of mixed together. And I feel like it's a bit too complexly drawn sometimes where it wouldn't just be a cartoon. Like, once again, I feel like it's not giving it the credit that is due. I know cartoon... Ooh, I've never heard of the Venture Brothers. That looks pretty cool. Like, I would say that this kind of thing is more of a comic. Like, a comic style. Like, I wouldn't call this a cartoon at all. It's way too complex. I feel like often cartoons are also like way more exaggerated features and just like usually very humorous as well. I feel like that kind of goes over it with it as well. Comics are Western manga. Yeah, basically. Comics are never animated. Well, I mean, comics are not animated most of the time. No, I know, but how would you call it if you've got characters from a comic? Like, would you call it a cartoon? Because you have like the Batman, shows and everything where it's still animated. What would you call that? I feel like cartoon just doesn't sound right. I know cartoon just means animation, but culturally and historically it referred to kids' animations. It's just nowadays we have more variety of animations, not just for kids, and the terminology hasn't kept up, in my opinion. I agree. I quite agree. I think that's why it's so frustrating. I don't know, just hearing it. Like everyone just calling something a cartoon. It's too simple. Spider-Man Spider-Verse. But that's 3D. I would call that animated movie because it is like 3D and is so complex compared to like the Batman like animated series, I suppose. Yeah, would be just animated. I feel like the Spider-Verse stuff is a bit more complex than that. Whereas I feel like the Batman series are literally just kind of the comics but moving. Like I feel like there's not really that much extra added to it. But anyway, sorry, we kind of went on a tangent. I felt very passionate there. It has been bothering me for a while. It reminded me of my dad whenever he like walked in on me watching anime and he's like, "Ooh, what's that cartoon about?" Just sounds like really old person. It triggers me. I hear. I love that show, not to mention other animated series, shows like Superman and Spider-Man. I don't think I ever actually watched the animated series of like superheroes. I only watched the movies. Real life movies. Considering how much modern movies use CGI, they're 90% animated movies too. Ooh, oh, that's interesting as well to bring up actually. I suppose you're not wrong in this. Yes, yes. Yes, I apologize for getting a bit heated, and I'm sorry for being late. Life happens sometimes, you know? And you just kind of have to work a shift you don't want to. But you say yes because you're trying to be nice. Yes. But only 2 days and then the week is over. Hooray! So Avengers are a cartoon. There. No, it's not. Let's put it to bed, shall we? Let's kiss it goodnight and let's say bye-bye and start reading. You really should watch Batman the Animated Series. Mark Hamill's the best voice. He voiced a Joker? Oh, wow. I didn't know this. See, I would know this if I watched it. This is why Noah is a great streamer, because he can have a debate without getting banned for no reason. Well, obviously, I'm not going to ban you for this. That would be really silly. I will tell you off, though, because you're wrong. But okay. People only get banned if they're being discriminatory, creepy, or they're underage. Mark Hamill has done a lot of great voice actor work. You don't say! I'm gonna look it up right now. He is a great guy. I like him. He's cool. We like him. Oh, wow. He's done... No way! He was Zuko's dad? That is crazy. He was Zuko's dad? That is insane. I never knew. Oh, dude, he is literally in How to Train Your Dragon as well. I think that's... I mean, it looks like a Viking. And it looks in the same style. That is sick, dude. Oh, man. This is actually so crazy. I'm looking through his whole catalog. Oh, and he's in a bunch of cartoons I know as well. And he's done the Joker, like, many times. 1, 2, like 3 versions. I'm thinking one of these is from a game. No, 4 versions? 5 versions? Oh my god! Is he just a Joker all the time? What the fuck? I'm actually right, but go off. What did you say? I don't think you said anything different from me. Bonkers. There's even a YouTube compilation of some of his Joker laughs. That is crazy that he's done so many different Joker... Because I've seen some of these Joker things. Like, I've seen some episodes of these different type of Jokers. So it's crazy that he was these people all along. Who knew? I feel like often I do find out, like, someone voice acted something I really like and I never noticed. Isn't it just crazy how people can transform their voices like that? I love it. Good for him. Yeah. Dude, he did loads though. He's been busy. If we banned people for having the wrong opinions in here, Noah would be banned a long time ago for not putting Spike in S tier. Oh, here we go again. You're calling him Zuko's dad? Fire Lord Ozai is literally the main antagonist of Avatar. So, he's a bitch. He doesn't deserve to be named. Because you know what? That's all he is. He is just Zuko's dad and a person to defeat. Okay? The main guy is Aang. Okay? Okay? Is the gang. They are the main important part. We love Zuko. We stand Zuko. We stand behind him. Excuse me, the main villain in Avatar is Mr. Night Sham. What? What? Oh, ew! That is so funny. I can't believe you would bring that up in this chat. How dare you, boobs? How dare you bring that vile piece of garbage in this chat? How dare you, boobs? How dare you? Disgusting. Yeah. That movie was a steaming pile of garbage. It really was, boobs. The director of the Avatar movie, which was never made and doesn't exist? Wait, what? But when I look it up, the, like, shit one shows up. Boobs. Oh, you're pretending it didn't happen. Oh, oops. Yes, yes, yes. That doesn't exist, I agree, boobs. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It actually makes me sad. There is no movie in Basise! Boobs. Yes. Actually, I think I'll link that video just for laughs. Voice of a goat, a drum, and a snake falling down the stairs. Wait, what? There are boobs? Oh, cause, yes, do share the compilation of his voices. Hi, author. How are you today? Good afternoon. How are you? I'm okay. How are you? We've not read the book yet. We've just been chatting because people wanted to know my Twitch, the recap and everything. I was late. We were talking and saying that a cartoon and an anime and an animated movie are not the same thing. And then we had a whole discussion and it was, yeah, good having one of those crazy days. Ooh, what happened? What happened? A bad crazy day? Or a good crazy day? I can't believe the week's almost done, actually. I feel like I just started. But I'm really glad it's almost over. Like, I'm over it. You know, I'm ready for the weekend. And then that weekend is gonna go over, like, in a second. But that's okay. We do have a long stream planned, so it's gonna be fun. But I need to get on Elder Scrolls research so I can finish for the upcoming stream. It's a good crazy day. I'm running a promo on Amazon for my book and I just got ranked, so I'm kind of hyped right now. Oh shit! Nice. We successfully tricked Noah into becoming a Just Chatting streamer. I don't mean to be a Just Chatting streamer. It just kind of happens. We yap, and then an hour passed. And then I have to edit the VOD again, where I have to snip like 1/3 of it because all we do is talking. But congrats, that's so good. What does that actually mean? You got ranked? Like, people ranked you as a really good book to read? But congrats. You're doing great. It's really cool you wrote a book. Hell yeah. Just Chatting is good. It's the biggest category on Twitch. That is crazy though. And you're a natural yapper. That's true. You wouldn't think so, but I yap a lot. Well, that's probably because, like, a lot of really stupid random thoughts come into my mind that I just kind of say, and then you guys just kind of run with it. So I feel like that kind of works out, you know? Also, I drank some coffee, and that really helps. God, whenever we make coffee, like, the coffee, like, piles at the bottom. Bad. Also, I had so much fun playing World of Warcraft yesterday. We got to like level 20. Cat yap. Cat yap! Instead of catnap. But yeah, we got so far. It was loads of fun. We did lots of chatting. So happy. Also, for the people in the book club, we decided on the book for the month. Well, for the next 2 months. We chose Senti's book, so we're gonna be reading Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson, and the next book club meeting will be the 2nd of February. Yes, so yeah. Very exciting. Please do join the book club. If you haven't, Amazon ranked me via the Kindle store per sales. Right now, I'm ranked 1,283rd in occult suspense and 2,933rd in horror suspense, which is crazy considering how many books are on the Kindle store. Oh, how many are there? Do you know? Yes, it was super fun and hype for more WoW. Me too. I hope I can do it as soon as possible. I feel like I've got something going on every day though. But I will make sure as soon as I have time to hit you up. Yes. Me and Koopsie are gonna go to a restaurant on Friday for my birthday. We're going to a restaurant, yes. And then on Saturday, we're gonna go for a huge walk. But I should have time when I come back. I'm gonna head to bed. Take care, Noah and chat. You too, Tom. Have a good night. Bye bye. Take care. But yeah, congrats, author. That's really. I mean, yeah, I'm guessing that's loads of books, aren't there? So that's really cool that you were able to be ranked that high. Hell yeah. I'm glad you're finding success in your passions. Yes. Well, talking about books, an hour passed and we haven't done anything yet. And I kind of was in the mindset today to actually get some stuff done. Because that's what people actually do. Get stuff done. And I want to be one of those people. So, let's read some Frankenstein. I kind of want to get to chapter 11 at least today. I think getting 3 chapters done is like pretty solid, you know? Get stuff done. Never heard of it. What do you mean? We have the stuff. I know I like running around and like talking to you guys instead of playing the game and stuff, but we can't be like this forever. Otherwise, we're gonna play the same games for like all time, and we can't do that. Bad. No. We cannot be doing this, guys. Concentrate. Yeah. Let's read some Frankenstein. Chapter 8. I don't remember what happened. I think like Justine was like accused of killing William, Victor's little brother, but they think she's innocent. He thinks the monster did it, but we don't know. So now we're investigating. Yes. Chapter 8. We passed a few sad hours until 11 o'clock, when the trial was to commence. My father and the rest of the family being obliged to attend as witnesses. I accompanied them to the court. Sorry about Koopsie's playing games, if you hear him in the background.
During the whole of this wretched mockery of justice, I suffered living torture. It was to be decided whether the result of my curiosity and lawless devices would cause the death of two of my fellow beings. One, a smiling babe full of innocence and joy, the other far more dreadfully murdered, with every aggravation of infamy that could make the murder memorable in horror. Justine also was a girl of merit, and possessed qualities which promised to render her life happy. Not all was to be obliterated in an ignominious grave? Don't know what that means. And I, the cause! 1,000 times rather would I have confessed myself guilty of the crime ascribed to Justine, but I was absent when it was committed, and such a declaration would have been considered as the ravings of a madman, and would not have exculpated. Gonna dig tunnels in Minecraft while I listen? I can't believe you're still digging. That is crazy. But have fun. Everyone have a nice lurk. I'm assuming everyone's gonna lurk now because I'm reading. And that makes sense. Thank you. That way I can concentrate. Because you're the reason I'm always distracted. Obviously. Yes. 1,000 times rather would I have confessed myself guilty of the crime ascribed to Justine, but I was absent when it was committed. And such a declaration would have considered as the ravings of a madman, and would not have exculpated her who suffered through me. Listen, it's 5,000 blocks of tunnels that are 15. Well, that's fair. I think it's crazy how you're working so hard. You know, you're doing great. I'll get a bit something to eat. Okay, have a nice foodings. Bye bye. I hope the fireplace is loud enough, by the way, but also not too loud. Always tell me if I am not loud enough or someone else is not loud enough, because I don't know. Yes. The appearance of Justine was calm. She was dressed in mourning, and her countenance, always engaging, was rendered, by the solemnity of her feelings, exquisitely beautiful. Yet she appeared confident in innocence and did not tremble. Although gazed on and execrated, it's really tough for words today, and execrated by thousands, for all the kindness which her beauty might otherwise have excited, was obliterated in the minds of the spectators by the imagination of the enormity she was supposed to have committed. She was tranquil, yet her tranquillity was evidently constrained, and as her confusion had before been adduced as adduced, oh my god, adduced, help, before been adduced as a proof of her guilt, she worked up her mind to an appearance of courage. When she entered the court, she threw her eyes round it and quickly discovered where we were seated. A tear seemed to dim her eye when she saw us, but she quickly recovered herself, and a look of sorrowful affection seemed to attest her utter guiltlessness. The trial began, and after the advocate against her had stated the charge, several witnesses were called. Several strange facts combined against her, which might have staggered anyone who had not such proof of her innocence as I had. She had been out the whole of the night on which the murder had been committed, and towards morning had been perceived by a market woman not far from the spot where the body of the murdered child had been afterwards found. The woman asked her what she did there, but she looked very strangely, and only returned a confused and unintelligible answer. She returned to the house about 8 o'clock, and when one inquired where she had passed the night, she replied that she had been looking for the child, and demanded earnestly if anything had been heard concerning him.
When shown the body, she fell into violent hysterics and kept her bed for several days. The picture was then produced, which the servant had found in her pocket. And when Elizabeth, in a faltering voice, proved that it was the same which, an hour before, the child had been missed, she had placed round his neck, a murmur of horror and indignation filled the court. Justine was called on for her defense. As the trial had proceeded, her countenance had altered. Surprise, horror, and misery were strongly expressed. Sometimes she struggled with her tears, but when she was desired to plead, she collected her powers and spoke in an audible, although variable, voice. God knows, she said, how entirely I am innocent, but I do not pretend that my protestations should acquit me. I rest my innocence on a plain and simple explanation of the facts which have been adduced against me, and I hope the character I have always borne will incline my judges to a favorable interpretation where any circumstance appears doubtful or suspicious. I'm gonna look up this word so I know how to say it because it keeps coming up. I don't know what that means. To cite as an example or means of proof in an argument.
Adduce.
Adduce. Okay, I am saying it right. Yeah. That's what I thought. I know things sometimes. Close reader view. She then related that, by the permission of Elizabeth, she had passed the evening of the night on which the murder had been committed at the house of an aunt at Kim, a village situated at about a league from Geneva. On her return, at about 9 o'clock, Hi! Hello! 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 How are you today? Hello! Hello! Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, Sky. How are you today? How is your stream? What did you stream? Are you doing more drawing? How's it going? What are you drawing? Yes, yes. Today we are reading more Frankenstein. We are on chapter 8. It's going pretty well. We're now in a murder trial. But yes, yes, yes. I hope you all had a wonderful stream and a wonderful day, and hope your week is going well. And welcome to the stream. A bit sick but fine. What do you have? What's happening? I suppose it is getting colder. I feel like everyone's getting sick around me. Goodness me. It's just unavoidable, really. I feel like when we switch from like the warm temperature to the bitter cold, you just get sick. That's just what happens, really. Your body's like, ah, and it goes in shock. And that's what happens. I know this because I'm a knower of things. I also hope you get better soon, Wolf. You gotta take care of yourself. One of my colleagues, a knower of things. Oh my god, that's literally what I was thinking. Great minds think alike. But yeah, a colleague of mine always makes me drink this concoction when I'm sick. So it is a mix of garlic, ginger, honey, hot water, and lemon. Mix that all together and drink it right now. To make it less weird, do lots of honey, yeah. And drink that every day until you feel better. Yes, this is what I did when I was sick. But that's also because I got forced. But it actually helps. It actually helps. I actually did feel better. It is a miracle cure. What can I say? My breath probably stank really bad though. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Not sir. I'm not a sir. Yeah, good, do it. I'll be watching you. Next time you come in here, you better be healthy. Right now, just tea with pepper? Ew! With pepper? I'm gonna go get a blanket. I'm so cold. My blanket. I swear to God, I always put so many layers on and I'm still cold. Stank, so business, and that's rude. I never stink, actually. I always wash myself, so there. Back. Wait, did I hear a recipe for a homemade tonic? No, it's, so... I don't know what you mean by a tonic. Like, I don't know if you mean alcohol, but this is what one of the chefs I work with, he made me drink it every time when I was sick. Sorry. And it was like lemon, ginger, garlic, honey, and hot water mixed all together. And that you shot it because it's not nice. But usually I add loads of honey to make it nicer. But yeah, that's supposed to make you feel better. You're an ice witch? Oh my god, why am I an ice witch? Okay, I'll go make some healing drinks. Do it! Cure, remedy, take your... okay. Yes, it is. No one will drink anything because her alchemy is only 5. That is so rude. That is so fucked up. Oh my god. I literally make my own healing potions. The slander. How did we go from 845 followers to 840? No, sorry. How did we go from 849 to 845? Literally, when I started the stream, it was 49. What the fuck? Who came into my stream and was like, this bitch... Oh, sorry. This person stinks. You're always cold, no matter how many layers you put on. Oh, no, but if I was an ice witch, I would never be cold, because the cold never bothered me anyway, right? So it's actually the opposite. Well, so it was lemon, ginger, honey, and hot water. Also garlic. Garlic is very important. Lemon, ginger, garlic, honey, and hot water. Yeah, the garlic is very important. It's good for you. It is the toughest to drink, but if you like cut it up loads, you taste it less. So, but yeah, it's supposed to be good when you're sick. Yes. I don't drink anything special, but had a throat lozenge yesterday. Helps a bit. What is a lozenge? Is that like a throat tablet? Got it. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope it heals you. It helped me. I think. I don't know. It took me a really long time to get better, actually. It was really, really bad. Did I tell you that, like, my nose swole up really, really badly? Okay, Koopsie might say this is exaggerated, but when it first happened, it looked like twice the size. It was really, really bad. I've never had it that bad. Like, I think I'm allergic to England. I think that's what's happening. Like, that has never happened to me before. I had a potato nose so bad. Oh, I got it. But yeah, you just suck on it and it dissolves. Oh, yeah, those are good for your throat. Yeah, Coops is actually getting sick as well. He's got his throat is really hurting and everything. It's really bad for him. Silly Billy, such a silly Billy. But yeah, Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a nice raid. If you need some raid and dip, then please do take care of yourself. You're sick. You should be in bed. But yeah, let's continue reading, guys, about the murder trial. Very important. Pay attention. Yes. On her return, at about 9 o'clock, she met a man who asked if she had seen anything of the child who was lost. She was alarmed by this account, and passed several hours in looking for him, when the gates of Geneva were shut, and she was forced to remain several hours of the night in a barn belonging to a cottage, being unwilling to call up the inhabitants, to whom she was well known. Most of the nights she spent here watching. Towards morning, she believed that she slept for a few minutes. Some steps disturbed her, and she awoke. It was dawn, and she quitted her asylum, that she might again endeavor to find my brother. If she had gone near the spot where his body lay, it was without her knowledge. That she had been bewildered when questioned by the market woman was not surprising, since she had passed a sleepless night, and the fate of poor William was yet uncertain. Concerning the picture, she could give no account. What, so she fell asleep in the barn after looking for him and someone put it in her pocket? What? A lawyer thinking a murder trial is very important? Unheard of. I'm not a lawyer! But thank you. Yes. I know, continued the unhappy victim, how heavily and fatally this one circumstance weighs against me, but I have no power of explaining it, and when I have expressed my utter ignorance, I am only left to conjecture concerning the probabilities by which it might have been placed in my pocket. But here also I am checked. I believe that I have no enemy on earth, and none surely would have been so wicked as to destroy me wantonly. Did the murderer place it there? I know of no opportunity afforded him for so doing. Or if I had, why should he have stolen the jewel to part with it again so soon? Obviously to frame you. Duh. What? Silly. You're both Shizu's and the Natsu's lawyer. Oh my god. I'm getting jobs left and right, but I'm not getting paid for any of them. No! No, as judge, jury, and executioner. I've never executed anyone in my life. Me. Yes. I am innocent of all charges, Judge. Thank you. Goodbye. I commit my cause to the justice of my judges, yet I see no room for hope. I beg permission to have a few witnesses examined concerning my character, and if their testimony shall not overweigh my supposed guilt, I must be condemned, although I would pledge my salvation on my innocence. Several witnesses were called who had known her for many years, and they spoke well of her, but fear and hatred of the crime of which they supposed her guilty rendered them timorous and unwilling to come forward. Elizabeth saw even this last resource, her excellent dispositions and irreproachable conduct, about to fail the accused, when, although violently agitated, she desired permission to address the court. I didn't see you were a good executioner. Oh. That's good? Yes. Yes. It's good to be bad at your job when you're executing people, I would say. Keeping people alive for me. Yes, I'm talented in that. Yes. I am, said she, the cousin of the unhappy child who was murdered, or rather his sister, for I was educated by and have lived with his parents ever since and even long before his birth. It may therefore be judged indecent in me to come forward on this occasion, but when I see a fellow creature about to perish through the cowardice of her pretended friends, I wish to be allowed to speak, that I may say what I know of her character. I am well acquainted with the accused. I have lived in the same house with her, at one time for 5 and at another for nearly 2 years. During all that period she appeared to be the most amiable and benevolent of human creatures. She nursed Madame Frankenstein, my aunt, in her last illness, with the greatest affection and care, and afterwards attended her own mother during a tedious illness in a manner that excited the admiration of all who knew her. After which she again lived in my uncle's house, where she was beloved by all the family. She was warmly attached to the child who is now dead, and acted towards him like a most affectionate mother. For my own part, I do not hesitate to say that, notwithstanding all the evidence produced against her, I believe and rely on her perfect innocence. She had no temptation for such an action as to the bauble on which the chief proof rests. If she had earnestly desired it, I should have willingly given it to her. So much do I esteem and value her. A murmur of approbation followed Elizabeth's simple and powerful appeal, but it was excited by her generous interference, and not in favor of poor Justine, on whom the public indignation was turned with renewed violence, charging her with the blackest ingratitude. She herself wept as Elizabeth spoke, but she did not answer. My own agitation and anguish was extreme during the whole trial. I believed in her innocence. I knew it. Could the demon who had, I did not for a minute doubt, murdered my brother, also in his hellish sport, have betrayed the innocent to death and ignominy? What the fuck, I don't know what that means.
Ignominy.
Ignominy. Great personal dishonor or humiliation.
Ignominy.
Ignominy. Ignominy. What? They're making up words, I swear. Betrayed the innocent to death and ignominy. I could not sustain the horror of my situation, and when I perceived that the popular voice and the countenances of the judges had already condemned my unhappy victim, I rushed out of the court in agony. The tortures of the accused did not equal mine. She was sustained by innocence, but the fangs of remorse tore my bosom and would not forgo their hold. All words are made up. This is correct. You are correct, Iron. Yes, you are. How are you, by the way, Iron? How's your week been? I passed a night of unmingled wretchedness. In the morning I went to the court. My lips and throat were parched. I dared not ask the fatal question, but I was known, and the officer guessed the cause of my visit. The ballots had been thrown. They were all black, and Justine was condemned. I cannot pretend to describe what I then felt. I had before experienced sensations of horror, and I have endeavored to bestow upon them adequate expressions. But words cannot convey an idea of the heart-sickening despair that I then endured. The person to whom I addressed myself added that Justine had already confessed her guilt. That evidence, he observed, was hardly required in so glaring a case. But I am glad of it, and indeed, none of our judges like to condemn a criminal upon circumstantial evidence, be it ever so decisive. This was strange and unexpected intelligence. What could it mean? Had my eyes deceived me? And was I really as mad as the whole world would believe me to be if I disclosed the object of my suspicions? I hastened to return home, and Elizabeth eagerly demanded the result. It's been really stressful. I ended up dropping out of one of my classes because I started feeling physically ill whenever I worked on assignments for that class. Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that you've been that busy. Goodness me. Well, it's good that you dropped out of it. Is there a chance that you can pick it up at a later time, like next year or something? Like, will it affect your final grade? Or I don't really know how it works in Germany. My cousin, replied I, it is decided as you may have expected. All judges have rather that 10 innocent should suffer than that one guilty should escape. But she has confessed. This was a dire blow to poor Elizabeth, who had relied with firmness upon Justine's innocence. Alas, said she, how shall I ever again believe in human goodness? Justine, who I loved and esteemed as my sister, how could she put on those smiles of innocence only to betray? Her mild eyes seemed incapable of any severity or guile, and yet she had committed a murder. Soon after, we heard that the poor victim had expressed a desire to see my cousin. My father wished her not to go, but said that he left it to her own judgment and feelings to decide. Yes, said Elizabeth, I shall go, although she is guilty, and you, Victor, shall accompany me. I cannot go alone. The idea of this visit was torture to me, yet I could not refuse. We entered the gloomy prison chamber, and beheld Justine sitting on some straws at the farther end. Her hands were manacled, and her head rested on her knees. She rose on seeing us enter, and when we were left alone with her, she threw herself at the feet of Elizabeth, weeping bitterly. My cousin wept also. "Oh, Justine," said she, "why did you rob me of my last consolation? I relied on your innocence, and although I was then very wretched, I was not so miserable as I am now." "And do you also believe that I am so very, very wicked? Do you also join with my enemies to crush me, to condemn me as a murderer?" Her voice was suffocated with sobs. "Rise, my poor girl," said Elizabeth. "Why do you kneel if you are innocent? I am not one of your enemies. I believe you guiltless, notwithstanding every evidence, until I heard that you had yourself declared your guilt. That report, you say, is false, and be assured, dear Justine, that nothing can shake my confidence in you for a moment but your own confession." "I did confess, but I confessed a lie. I confessed that I might obtain absolution, but now that falsehood lies heavier at my heart than all my other sins, the God of heaven forgive me. Ever since I was condemned, my confessor has besieged me. He threatened and menaced, until I almost began to think that I was the monster that he said I was. He threatened excommunication and hellfire in my last moments if I continued obdurate. Dear lady, I had none to support me. All looked on me as a wretch doomed to ignominy. I already forgot how to say it. Ignominy? Yes. And perdition. What could I do? In an evil hour I subscribed to a lie, and now only am I truly miserable. I have to retake it next year. Well, at least you can retake it. That's good. It's better to be able to finish the other ones in good health. The fact that you're being physically ill whenever you had to do the class is definitely not normal. So I think that was a good decision. Yeah. Your health should always be first. She paused, weeping, and then continued. "I thought with horror, my sweet lady, that you should believe your Justine, whom your blessed aunt had so highly honored, and whom you loved, was a creature capable of a crime which none but the devil himself could have perpetrated. Dear William, dearest blessed child, I soon shall see you again in heaven, where we shall all be happy, and that consoles me, going as I am to suffer ignominy and death." Sorry, it's really hard to...
Ignominy.
Ignominy, ignominy, ignominy. ignominy, as I am to suffer ignominy and death. Goodness. Oh, Justine, forgive me for having for one moment distrusted you. Why did you confess? But do not mourn, dear girl, do not fear. Yeah. I will proclaim, I will prove your innocence. I will melt the stony hearts of your enemies by my tears and prayers. Boobs? Nya! Oh. You shall not die, Nya. You, my playfellow, my companion, my sister, perish on the scaffold? Nya? I keep saying boobs, I'm sorry. No, no, Nya. I never could survive so horrible a misfortune, Nya. Justine shook her head mournfully, Nya. I do not fear to die, she said. That pang is past, Nya. God raises my weakness and gives me courage to endure the worst, Nya. I leave a sad and bitter world, Nya. And if you remember me and think of me as of one unjustly condemned, Nya, I am resigned to the fate awaiting me. Learn from me, dear lady, to submit in patience to the will of heaven, Nya. During this conversation, I had retired to a corner of the prison room, where I could conceal the horrid anguish that possessed me, Nya. Despair! Who dared to talk of that, Nya? The poor victim, who on the morrow was to pass the awful boundary between life and death, felt not, as I did, such deep and bitter agony, Nya. I gnashed my teeth and ground them together, uttering a groan that came from my inmost soul, Nya. Ooh, inmost is new to me. I like that word, inmost, Nya. Inmost. Justine started, Nya. When she saw who it was, she approached me and said, Nya, Dear sir, you are very kind to visit me. You, I hope, do not believe that I am guilty, Nya? Hi, Gabrielle. Hello. Thank you for the follow, Nya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? We are reading Frankenstein today. I also signed up for some social counseling on how to deal with being overworked in uni and whatnot. It's like therapy adjacent, so I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope it helps as well. Yeah, I think it's definitely very good to talk about it. Yeah, I did that. Sorry about the yeah. I know this is a serious conversation. I did that in high school, and also uni. Like I wanted to help. I wanted help with organizing. With organizing work and everything and getting stuff done. Yeah, so I definitely think this is a really good thing to do. I feel like talking about anything really helps, yeah, because it helps like order your thoughts around, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, let's continue reading. You got this, Irene, yeah. Yes. I could not answer, yeah. No, Justine, said Elizabeth. He is more convinced of your innocence than I was, for even when he heard that you had confessed, he did not credit it, yeah. I truly thank him, Nya. In these last moments, I feel the sincerest gratitude towards those who think of me with kindness, Nya. How sweet is the affection of others to such a wretch as I am, Nya. Hi, Zento! Have a nice lurk. It removes more than half my misfortune, Nya. And I feel as if I could die in peace now that my innocence is acknowledged by you, dear lady, and your cousin, Nya. Thus the poor sufferer tried to comfort others and herself, Nya. She indeed gained the resignation she desired, but I, the true murderer, felt a never-dying worm alive in my bosom, which allowed of no hope or consolation, Nya. Elizabeth also wept and was unhappy, but hers also was the misery of innocence, which, like a cloud that passes over the fair moon for a while, hides but cannot tarnish its brightness. Yeah. Anguish and despair had penetrated into the core of my heart. I bore a hell within me which nothing could extinguish. Yeah. We stayed several hours with Justine, and it was with great difficulty that Elizabeth could tear herself away now. I wish, cried she, that I were to die with you. I cannot live in this world of misery now. Justine assumed an air of cheerfulness, while she with difficulty repressed her bitter tears now. She lives. Hello, hi Kirinia, how are you today? We are reading more Frankenstein. How have you been? Hehe, penetrated. Okay, Soy, okay, calm down, contain yourself. But hi Kiri, hello Nyanya, hello. How are you doing? Are you doing well? Are you warm enough, Nyanya? I think that was long enough. Okay, you released me of my bonds. Thank you. Usually I do it like 15 minutes, I think. But okay, if you say so, then I will stop. Good, I got 88% on my first test and 100 on all 3 of my other tests. Dude, nice, congrats. What were the tests about? Yes, I'm warm in my room, finally away from people. Tell me about it, you know? Ugh. Having to talk to everyone. Oh my goodness. How exhausting. This is so true. Yes. Don't worry. You can hide away now. Yes. You can just sit in silence for 3 hours if you would like. Perfect. Yes, very good. Replicas of the final state test for nursing aides. Ooh, okay. Well, good. I'm so proud of you. 88 is crazy. Hell yeah, dude. You're gonna ace everything, I'm sure. You're a smart cookie, yes, indeed. But congrats. I'm very happy for you. So, are these like just normal tests? Or is this like a big exam or something? Or I don't know how it works. It's a $18 an hour job to get me into nursing school. Oh. Wait, what do you mean a job? I thought you were in nursing school already. I'm confused. Or do you need to do an exam to get into the nursing school? I'm not with you. I'm confused now. I thought you were already in nursing school. Yes. The confusion is real. I am not a nurse knower, so I don't really know how it works. Justine assumed an air of cheerfulness, while she with difficulty repressed her bitter tears. She embraced Elizabeth and said in a voice of half-suppressed emotion, "Farewell, sweet lady, dearest Elizabeth, my beloved and only friend. May heaven, in its bounty, bless and preserve you. May this be the last misfortune that you will ever suffer. Live and be happy, and make others so." And on the morrow, Justine died. What the fuck? But she's innocent! That is crazy. Elizabeth's heart-rending eloquency failed to move the judges from their settled conviction in the criminality of the saintly sufferer. My passionate and indignant appeals were lost upon them, and when I received their cold answers and heard the harsh, unfeeling reasoning of these men, my purposed avowal died away on my lips. Thus I might proclaim myself a madman, but not revoke the sentence passed upon my wretched victim. She perished on the scaffold as a murderess. I'm guessing they executed her then. Goodness me.
Fucking hell. I just died in your arms tonight. No, I aspire to be. This is for working under a nurse, which gives me income to get into nursing school, as that's another test on its own. I have to take extra steps as I graduated high school with a 2.8 GPA. Oh, do you like need a certain amount to be able to even get into nursing school? Oh goodness. Hey, but you're working towards it. I'm so proud of you, you know? Doesn't matter how many steps it takes, doesn't matter how long it takes, you know, as long as you get there. I got my bachelor's in 5 years when it was supposed to be 3. Doesn't matter. I got the same paper as everyone else. So who cares? As long as you get there, you know? Yes. From the tortures of my own heart, I turned to contemplate the deep and voiceless grief of my Elizabeth. This also is my doing, and my father's woe and the desolation of that late so smiling home, all was the work of my thrice accursed hands. Ye weep, unhappy ones, but these are not your last tears. Again shall you raise a funeral wail, and the sound of your lamentations shall again and again be heard. Frankenstein, your son, your kinsman, your early much-loved friend, he who would spend each vital drop of blood for your sakes, who has no thought nor sense of joy except as it is mirrored also in your dear countenances, who would fill the air with blessings and spend his life in serving you. He bids you weep, to shed countless tears, happy beyond his hopes, if thus inexorable fate be satisfied, and if the destruction pause before the peace of the grave have succeeded to your sad torments. Thus spoke my prosthetic soul. As, torn by remorse, horror, and despair, I beheld those I loved spend vain sorrow upon the graves of William and Justine, the first hapless victims to my unhallowed arts. Goodness, I can't believe she got killed. What the hell? 2.8 is bare minimum passing. I stopped caring in school and made everything a 0 until last second. I'd make it an exact 60 just to slide by. I could make hundreds easily, but I was depressed and I didn't see the point. I can relate to that. In high school, I had trouble as well. Like, when you don't have a goal in mind, it's kind of hard, you know, to study. So I quite agree. Like, the only reason I passed my bachelor was because I met Koopsie. And I was like, if I graduate, I can get out of here. I can, like, have a bachelor's and I move to England. You know, as soon as I had that goal, I was like, yes, I know what I'm doing. You know, but when you don't have that goal, you're just like doing it for nothing. You can't do hard things without a proper goal in mind, you know? You need a 5 or 6 to get into nursing. Oh wow, that's way higher, yeah. Sorry, it's just because we don't really work with that kind of like scoring system, so I don't really understand it. Greetings, kitten, everyone. Hi, Key. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. How was your week so far? When is the last time I saw you on Monday? How was your Wednesday and how was your Tuesday? We are reading more Frankenstein today. We're at chapter 9 now. We just got here. I was a bit late for stream, so everything is a bit delayed. But we're still getting through it, kind of. So yeah. Hi, Blind, how are you today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, hi, hi. How was your Wednesday? How was your Tuesday? How are you? How's your evening? How are you feeling? Are you sick? I hope not. Everyone's sick in chat. Be well.
My first test today was a 60 question written exam. My second was a physical exam to show I could put on and take off equipment. My third was showing I could wash my hands the way state wants us to. Okay, that's I mean, it's important. It's definitely important, but it's interesting that it's in the exam. Probably kind of shows that people usually don't know how to do that, which is really bad. Yeah, welcome guys. Let's continue reading. Chapter 9. Nothing, I'm great. Oh, yeah, let's read the comments. I'm great. Finally got some fresh cranberries and made cake. Oh, cake! Yummy! Very nice, very nice. Fresh cranberries, you say? Interesting, interesting. I do love cranberries. I love cranberry juice. Yummy. Obsessed. But that sounds really nice. What else did you put in it? Or just cranberries? Well, for the last 4 days, I was a bit drunk due to my grandpa and little sister having a bad day? Birthday. Feeling alright. I also decided to start something like a diary, like the one I had on my previous laptop. I accidentally deleted. Oh, ooh, like an actual, like, just what do you write in your diary? I always found it hard to decide what goes in the diary. Like, do you just describe what you did in your day, or do you describe how you felt? Like, is it an emotional diary? Is it just like a log to say what you did? Like, how do you use it? When did you play Cult of the Lamb? It's still under the command section. I played it ages ago. But yeah, usually you can redeem certain things during that stream, but yeah, I haven't played it for a while now. I think last time I played it was when I got 666 followers, I think. So that's a really long time ago. Just some thoughts, mostly negative, when I feel like expressing it. And do you feel like it helps in processing it? Rosemary, a weird combination, but it works amazingly. Ooh, yeah, that does sound weird. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. It sounds weird, but I suppose I won't knock it till I try it. But yeah, I feel like rosemary is more something that you add to like roasted potatoes or something, you know? I feel like rosemary is a really strong flavors. I usually don't like it in a lot of things. Hiccups? Do you also have hiccups? I keep having like, not hiccups, but like, you know, when your throat is kind of like, you talk like this for a second because it's like processing something. I don't know how to explain it. I keep having that. At least I can reflect on that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Honestly, I have tried before to keep a diary, but I find it genuinely really hard. Like, it feels like another task, kind of. But also, I find it really hard to be consistent, to be honest. When I wrote a diary in the past, it was literally super boring. I literally logged just everything I did. So, like, as a 12-year-old, I wrote, like, I woke up. I had breakfast. Then Dad yelled at me. I went to bed. Like that's like my child diary. So boring to read. I was like, God, get exciting right now. Jesus. I mean, sometimes it's fun to read. Like, oh, I went to a friend. Oh, I had a birthday. Oh, it's fun. But for us, I was like, jeez, you know. Yes. I think the longest logs for me was like me having a fight with my dad or my sisters or something, and then it was like, oh my God, I can't believe they'd say that to me. They said this and this and this, and I think that's crazy. And then it's tea. Then you want to read it, but like otherwise boring as fuck. Oh my God. Like, I don't want to know about your history homework. Crazy. Can't believe I'm roasting myself. When I have negative thoughts, I blow stuff up and be chaotic in video games. Ooh. When I have negative thoughts, I tell them to Koopsie, and he says, don't be silly. That's usually what I do. He's my diary. Yeah, I know, right? I was dubious at first, but I'm glad I tried it. Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works, you know? Why are you keeping so much say what's happening? Gaming impotency, not helping anymore. Say is drunk mods. On the job? What the hell? In stream? How dare you? The only time I've consistently kept a diary was when I was out traveling and kept a travel journal. Ooh, that's exciting. Tell me about your travel journal. What did you put in there? Like, what did you do? Did you write what you visited, or was it like you pasting things in there, like tickets or something? Ooh, I'm really curious. I started well, it's not a journal, but it's like a book where I already told you about this, but this is like a book where I have pasted a bunch of pictures of me and Koopsie's travels and all like the tickets and stuff, like train tickets or tickets for attractions, or sometimes like receipts of restaurants and stuff, and like I pasted it all together. It's so cute. And now I want to travel more just so I can paste things in there. What do you mean on the job? I'm not even a mod here, just some rando. You need to pay attention to my stream. That's a job. Duh. How dare you? Google's AI said gaming impotency is ED issues due to loss of interest of passion in video games. Oh. What does that mean? Like, you play games but you don't like it? I feel like that sounds like Koopsie. He plays League and he hates it. It's like someone is like forcing him to do it, but no one is. Hi Maddie, how are you today? How have you been? That walked in here 2 years ago during Marwin stream. That is crazy. Well, almost 2 years. Yeah. 1 year and 10 months. Basically 2 years. Soa has been following for 2 years and 2 months. Nice. Noah doesn't trust my judgment. But you don't want to be a mod. What the fuck? You've been following for 1 month and 1 hour. Let's go. Are we allowed to chat while you're reading? Oh! Who told you that you're not allowed? Did you go somewhere and they said, shut up? You're safe here, it's fine. Hello! How do I say your name? Nehishi? Negishi? Yes, you are allowed to chat, obviously. This is actually really, really bad. I tend to speak a lot and read very little. I feel like at least 1/3 of my streams are yapping when I shouldn't be yapping. The goal of today was to get to chapter 11 and we got to chapter 9. So obviously we're not doing very well because we only have an hour left, but I should probably do a bit longer anyway, so who cares. But yeah, you're allowed to talk, don't worry. Welcome, how are you today? We are reading Frankenstein. We're on chapter 9. It's very interesting. If you've never read it, very exciting. If you want, I can give a short recap so you can follow. Yes, of course you're allowed to chat. Imagine chat is not allowed to chat. That'd be so funny. I've been good. I'm building a battleship on a Minecraft server. Nice. What kind of battleship? I knew, if she asks what ED is, I knew it! Eric, what? Now you made me say that Koopsie has that. What is not true? What the fuck? Why did you trap me like that? What the fuck? I lost my streak. What do you mean you lost your streak? Did you? Where? Noah is not allowed to chat, but everyone else is. I see how it is. Discrimination. I mean, I still like playing games, but it's not helping with stress relief as much as it was. I just didn't want to disturb the stream. That's why I asked. Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. Don't worry. You can chat. Don't worry. I'm the one disturbing stream. It's my fault. I have problems. It's like, if we don't talk every 5 minutes, I'm like, chat, chat, are you still there? Hello? Chat, what do you think about that? I need feedback, you see. That is an impossible task, I see. We can make it, we can make it. I believe in us, I believe in me. I believe I can concentrate longer than 5 minutes.
Help! I'm drugged.
But
Help.
I get that. I get that.
I'm dead.
Oh my god, there's so many sounds going on. But yes, I can relate to that actually. I can relate to that. I feel like honestly, it's kind of been a while since I've played a game on my own and kind of just did it because I wanted to and I enjoyed it. But I think that also kind of has to do with me being a streamer. So there's this like constant thought process of like, if I don't stream a game that I usually stream, there might be something really cool happening that people will miss, you know? And it's also just, yeah, I don't know, it's like, my brain now thinks that stream time is the only time when I will game, when it shouldn't be. Did I break it? I think you might have. What have you done? You've redeemed so many sounds. Oh my god. Help. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. How are you? How's your day been? Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm okay. I had a really busy day today. A longer shift than usual. But honestly, I'm fine. Yeah, just kind of chilling, happy that the weekend is getting nearer. Only 2 more days. She really is just like a cat. Why? By the way, does anyone have a good way they use to cure hiccups? Holding breath never seems to work for me. Honestly, my cure is just let it happen, you know? Holding breath, I feel like kind of helps sometimes. It's like selective, you know? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. Let it happen, you know? But yeah, so how did you find me? What kind of streams do you like to watch? I usually play Elder Scroll games, that's what I like to do. But I kind of would call myself a variety streamer because I kind of just play whatever I want, really. At the moment I'm playing Morrowind, Oblivion Remastered, but I'm thinking of also starting Final Fantasy. And I also just play small games here and there. I've played Amnesia before, I've played Oxenfree. Sometimes I play Palworld, sometimes I play Minecraft. It kind of just really depends on my mood. Like sometimes I just want to do whatever I want, and that's why often in my schedule I'll just put a question mark, because it's like sometimes I just need a stream where I can just at the moment decide I want to play this, you know? I need that. She's like a cat, gets anxious and seeks attention. This is true. Koopsie always calls me a rabbit with the way that I react to things. But I disagree. I feel like it's so cat-like to be super over-dramatic, and whenever like a sound happens, you're like, you know, that's such a cat thing. Cats do that. They're always like moving their ears into airplane mode and everything. It's so true. Can we have an add a punishment to the punishment wheel redeem? What for the cursing thing? Well, the cursing thing is kind of like when the cursing happens, when the cursing thing happens, people kind of tell me what to put on the wheel. But I suppose I could make a permanent wheel that never changes and people can keep adding on to it. I suppose that could be a thing. That's actually a good idea, because people never redeem it because they're like, oh my god, I can't think of anything, you know? But sure, if you want, that's a good idea. I should write that down. I'm gonna write that down.
Give me a second. Yeah. I did. Thank you. Sorry, Coopsy came in.
I found you playing Skyrim when I was wanting to talk to someone. Mm, interesting. Well, I'm glad you found me. So, fun fact, the only scientifically proven way to get rid of a hiccup is to trigger a vasovagal reaction. You can simulate that by putting a big object in your butt. I'm not kidding. What the fuck? What is this? What is this information? You can also trigger it by falling and hitting your tailbone, but that shit hurts. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I fell on my tailbone like more than a year ago. Actually, years ago, and I still haven't recovered. Like, tailbones are generally the hardest thing to heal. Like, it never ever heals. My brother fell on his tailbone, my grandma fell on his tailbone, and guess what? All their tailbones still fucked to this day. It is something that you always use, so it's so hard to heal. And even if it like is kind of healed, it will always kind of be sensitive because you're, like I said, always using it. It is a pain in the ass. You will realize how much you use your tailbone. Anyway, rant's over. Don't fall on your ass, okay? Okay? Like, carry booty protectors or something. We need to unite and protect our booties. We do. Actually, how I found you is an interesting story. I've never visited your channel before, but I got a gifted membership, so I thought I should check it out. Wait, how does that happen? I swear you can only gift a sub to people that have been in the channel before, no? Surely you can't just like gift it to someone that's never been here. Oh no, I have hiccups. Think you can help me get rid of this? Oh my god. That is outrageous. Get a room. Cats are always like coming up when you're on the computer and getting your face. That's so true. Why are you paying attention to me? Why isn't it me? That's so true. Cats are so self-obsessed. They need you. They do need you. They love you. They want kisses. They want attention. But then when you pet them, oh no. How dare you touch me? Like, they're so two-sided. They can't decide. Thanks, Soy. I will note this information down. What are you... No! Let's add end stream and Noah does a 24-hour subathon. Let me... My chaotic reign begin. Dude, I am not doing a 24-hour subathon. I would die. I would die. Literally, when I do 3-hour streams, I'm already falling asleep. Like, how do you have faith in me? I can't do that. It would basically be a 3-hour stream, and then the rest would be me sleeping. Why do you want that? I suppose it's a family thing, huh? We're all clumsy. Yeah, this is true. Your grandma fell on your brother's tailbone? No! We all fell. We all fell somehow. Like, my grandma brings like her own special cushion everywhere because otherwise she can't sit in things. Like, it's painful, dude. It's genuinely really, really painful. I told this story so many times, but because you're asking, I'll tell it again. So, years ago, I fell off the stairs that go to the attic, which is where my room is. And I basically fell off I fell on every step. Oh, thank you. Oh, baby, but that was dirty. Oh, you cleaned it. Oh, thank you. Is that chamomile? Is it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I fell on every single step, and then, you know, when I was at the bottom of the stairs, my dad was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm fine." And then I like walked upstairs, and it really, really hurt. I think that's why I was so mad. I was like, "For fuck's sake, this is so inconvenient." And then the next like days, I had like work to do and everything. Like, I had to work. I worked as a cleaner at the time, and I was in so much pain, I literally could not walk. and this was like a day or two after. Like I had to do a 8-hour shift, and literally at the end of it, I was just like laying on the floor in the broom closet because it was nice and cold and I just could not stand anymore. Like that's how bad it was. I couldn't stand anymore. Like I was in so much pain. It was terrible. It was terrible. And it took ages to heal. So I went to the doctor and he basically like felt my lower back and my tailbone, and he then gave me like medicine and everything to heal my lower back, and it helped. It did heal my lower back, but like my tailbone literally has never recovered. I can like walk fine now and stuff, but whenever I sit in a wrong like position that like puts pressure on my tailbone, I have trouble getting up because it is so painful to just like sit in the same position for a while. Like it's a painful ordeal. So anyway, the conclusion, protect your ass. It is terrible to fall on your ass. You gotta be careful. We humans are so fragile. So you gotta take care. So that's how I help people hiccuping. Noted. Next time someone hiccups around me, I got them. You'll just be carrying around the butt plug. I don't think people are gonna appreciate that. I don't know. I just got lucky with the membership there. That's so weird. I've never heard that happen before, Negishi. Well, welcome. Congrats on the membership. Welcome to the gang. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy stream. I've had a few random subs. It happens if you're active on Twitch. Huh. That is so random. I've never had that before. Personally, I often join low view streams and maybe chat future stars. Oh my god, imagine I'm a future star. I don't think so, but welcome anyway. No, you don't touch me. Only me touch you. We just need to send Noah some coca leaf. Why are you sending me a coca leaf? My friend's cat occasionally hops up and headbutts with force when we're watching anime and afterwards lays on the top of my chest, hence partially blocking my view. That's so cute. Was it me? Did I gift a sub? I think you did, probably. Or maybe Koopsie, actually. He came in and, like, gifted 10 subs. Sleep cam, I guess okay. Well, if you want that. No more English, all done, goodbye. French or spin the wheel. What? Coca, so you can stay awake for... Oh. I mean, I suppose I can drink a lot of coffee, yes. Here, oui, français. Je pense que je vais traduire ça, mais c'est tout. D'accord? Seulement ça, parce que je pense que c'est compliqué pour tout le monde ici, parce que aucune des personnes parle le français. Donc, oui. She spoke different senses out of French after reading the reading. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The punish it wheel works... Wait, sorry. Let me read the redeem. No, punishment wheel is for cursing, not for French. I'm speaking English because you don't speak French. Anyway, I'm gonna read this paragraph for you, okay? Rien n'est plus douloureux pour l'esprit humain que après que les émotions ayant été exacerbées. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna. I speak French. Do you? Do you? Okay, I'm gonna take my leave to deliver some late night democracy. See you around. Okay, have fun with your democracy. Bye bye, Key. Le calme mort de l'inaction et de la certitude que s'ensuit prévent l'âme d'espoir et de crainte. Justine mourut. Elle reposa en paix. Et moi, j'étais vivant. Le sang coulait librement dans mes veines. Mais un poids de désespoir et de remords pesait sur mon cœur. Un poids que rien ne pouvait apaiser. Le sommeil fuyait mes yeux. J'errais comme un esprit maléfique, car j'avais commis des actes d'une horreur indescriptible, et bien d'autres. J'en étais persuadé, m'attendant encore. Pourtant, mon cœur débordait de bonté et d'amour de la vertu. J'avais commencé ma vie avec désolé. Ma vie avec des intentions bienveillantes et j'aspirais au moment où je pourrais les mettre en pratique et me rendre utile à mes semblables. À présent, tout était anéanti. Au lieu de cette sérénité de conscience qui me permettait de regarder le passé avec satisfaction et d'y puiser l'espoir de nouveaux espoirs. J'ai été saisi par le remords et le sentiment de culpabilité, I know what that means, qui monte précipité dans un enfer de torture intense qu'aucune langue ne saurait et décrire, oui. I understand it. Could be better. I don't understand anything, but sounds cool. That was really hard. I tried my best, okay. These are very difficult words that I don't even know what it means in English.
Help!
But here we are. You're welcome. I did it. You're welcome. I did it.
I'm rolling on the floor.
The Speak French said, I speak French for 5 minutes. If I don't, I spin the punishment wheel, but you changed it. No, I never changed it. No. It's always been like this. I made it and then I never touched it again. I swear, I've never touched it. The punishment wheel is only for cursing. If I curse within that time, then we do the punishment wheel. Like, I promise, I never changed it. You sound so innocent. I am, I never did it. I never did it. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, there you go. That was French. You're welcome. Goodbye. Let's actually read. God, guys, you're so distracting. Sheesh. Let's read it in English now. Yes, not in French. Sorry. Exactly what an innocent person would say. Exactly, yeah. Chapter 9. Sorry, I keep feeling burps coming up. French, is your new friend back? Who? Oh, but shush. That never happened, actually. So I don't know what you're talking about. Chapter 9. Nothing is more painful to the human mind than after the feelings have been worked up by a quick succession succession of events, the dead calmness of inaction and certainty which follows and deprives the soul both of hope and fear. Justine died, she rested, and I was alive. The blood flowed freely in my veins, but a weight of despair and remorse pressed on my heart which nothing could remove. Sleep fled from my eyes. I wandered like an evil spirit. Sleep fled from my for I had committed deeds of mischief beyond description horrible, and much more, I persuaded myself was yet behind. Yet my heart overflowed with kindness and the love of virtue. I had begun life with benevolent intentions and thirsted for the moment when I should put them in practice and make myself useful to my fellow beings. Now all was blasted. Instead of that serenity of conscience which allowed me to look back upon the past with self-satisfaction, and from thence to gather promise of new hopes, I was seized by remorse and the sense of guilt, which hurried me away to a hell of intense tortures, such as no language can describe. Don't worry, I remember, so I will tell you about it. Well, as soon as that VOD is gone, I'm gonna be like, what? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I remember too, and may share if we don't get to spin the wheel of punishment. You have to redeem the cursing. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. And thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Your voice is so soft and soothing. Also, it's 3 a.m. here, so if I fall asleep on stream, please don't mind me. Don't worry. I feel like whenever I do these kind of streams, everyone falls asleep, so I'm not offended. It is a compliment. You never curse. That is so not real. I have a problem. I curse so much. I feel like the main times I curse is when I'm mad, when I'm livid. If you piss me off, I will curse like a sailor. Yes. All you have to do is redeem and wait for Noah to stream. I mean, curse. I come up with a few punishments. Exactly. It's really not that hard. Yes, very good. But thank you, Negishin. Oh my god, I keep saying your name wrong. Negiji. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you think so. Note to self, piss off Noah, then redeem. Yeah, but first you have to find out how to piss me off. Difficult. You have to know me well. How do I piss you off? Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. I want him to find out. I want you guys to pay attention when I get pissed off. And write it down, and then that's as simple as that. It would be too easy if someone told you. So no one tell him. But I feel like a streamer has quite the temper. I have such a temper. Sometimes. Certain things. I get mad. Alas, that is something for you to find out. Yes. That does happen almost every stream. Yeah, literally at the beginning of the stream I got mad. Well, not mad, actually. I was just like, actually, that is incorrect. But I wouldn't say I got mad. That was not mad yet. Someone tell me she will do a 76-hour stream. I cannot do that. I would die. She gets absolutely livid when she gets subs. No, I don't. I get very thankful. Because I am thankful. Paying attention to someone else, I give up. Oh no. I guess you'll never know. This state of mind preyed upon my health, which had perhaps never entirely recovered from the first shock it had sustained. I shunned the face of man. All sound of joy or complacency was torture to me. Solitude was my only consolation. Deep, dark. Sorry, I keep burping. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. Deep, dark, death-like solitude. Did the Frenchman piss you off? No. Not really. I mean, did he? Actually, maybe he did. Shh, Noah, I'm trying to wingman here. You're ruining it. Sorry. I don't want to trick people into giving me money. I'm quite decent at the art of noticing. I'll try my best to notice when you get mad. Oh, believe me, you'll notice. You'll notice. Boobs. Do I cope true Frenchman? If it's French, in French, no one knows. Oh, do you want to copy the Frenchman? I mean, he didn't particularly do anything to piss me off, boobs. But I will be right back, though. And you can, like, further think about it. Hi, Clem. How are you today? I will be right back, and then I will chat to you. Guys. Guys. Why is every time I be right back, you try to kill me? You can't just Marie Antoinette me every time you want to. Just can't believe it. I'm so kind to you. I share my cake. And this is how you rewarded me? That's crazy. Literally 1984. But you didn't give us cake. I give you cake all the time. What? That's crazy. I see no cake here. Obviously, you've not looked hard enough.
Balls.
This is very nice tea. I'm sipping this tea very loudly. So you know I'm drinking cake. I like baking cakes. Who needs cake? Me! Me. Have you made a coffee cake before? Wait, Noah only. Noah only what?
I'm drugged.
Down
Help.
with only Noah or
dead.
mods as well. Just
rolling
thrown
on the
under the
floor.
bus. That's crazy. Hanging upside down in a rope. Miss Noah, I'd like to report a mutiny. Oh my god! Thank you, wise man. At least someone's on my side. That's crazy. Now. Did you really think that you could get away with this? Huh? How dare you? You know, I could just as easily take from you if I wanted to. You know, to punish this insolence. Yeah, you know what I could do? I could cancel the Elder Scroll lore presentation. Yeah, that's right. I could do that. I will do it. Don't challenge me. That's right. You better be scared. Well, behave. Don't do that. That's what I thought. No, I don't like coffee. Yeah, but coffee cake is different than coffee. It doesn't taste like coffee. It just tastes like cake. What are you going to do? Ban me? Nope. Even worse. Can you see who voted which side? I cannot, but judging by that reaction, I can already know which side you voted. You didn't even have to tell me. I'm not afraid of that. I know too much about Elder Scrolls Online. It is not only Elder Scrolls Online. It is all of it. All of it from the very beginning. I'm going to challenge you. Will you know everything? I don't think so. I'm gonna challenge you. Yep. Anyway. Oh, so coffee flavored cake is cake, but coffee flavored milk's coffee? Yeah. One is a solid, one is a liquid. Think, say. Do you have your brain cap on right now? Obviously not. God. Do I have to do all the thinking for all of us? I saw that Nagashi never voted. They're innocent. I actually did. Oops, I didn't. I don't even know. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. It's whatever. I don't really care. You guys can overthrow me as much as you want. I don't mind. I am not gonna cancel anything. I'm too nice. My blood is boiling at the intuition that the Elder Scrolls lore is valid. The Elder Scroll lore. Guys, let's not get into that, shall we? Anyway, let's get back to the important important stuff, guys. Let's get back to the reading. That's what we're here for, right? We're too innocent to ever commit insolence towards our streamer. I'm not like very convinced, but sure. Gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss. That's exactly how, yes. Should always be done. What is the most difficult enemy to defeat in the legendary edition of the Skyrim? The Ebony Warrior. That guy was a pain in my ass. I can't believe I needed, like, help from Lydia. So embarrassing, man. Nope. Yes. I experienced it. Don't say legendary dragon, because I wiped him on the floor. No mercy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's a lie. Hashtag. Is this a dragon? Because that's a lie. Most difficult enemy is known as lack of direction. That's so rude. Lydia, you didn't even use a cool companion. I was in a hurry. I wanted to finish it in one go. Karstag is an ice troll. Oh, that guy. I forgot about him, actually. I did forget about him. To be honest, actually, I had a more difficult time with the Ebony Warrior. Yeah. In the end, when I defeated Karstag, I made him fight the Ebony Warrior. Because I defeated him before the Ebony Warrior. Yep, I did. And guess who won? The Ebony Warrior. I think it was the Ebony. I swear I filmed it. Yeah, we streamed it, and I swear I made them fight each other. And I think the Ebony Warrior won. Yeah. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I remember the Ebony Warrior fight. You had Lydia solo him. No. I had her distract him for me. So while I hit the blows, yeah, that's how it went. I'm the final boss of Skyrim. No. Are you the... If you're the Ebony Warrior, then yeah. Because he kept shouting you off the cliff. He did. That was so embarrassing. Oh my god. I don't even know if we've got, like... Yeah, I don't even know if we've got footage of that. Because I didn't have a VOD channel at the time. I hope we do. I hope we do. Because that was really, like, not fun, but, like, really funny to watch, I bet. I don't actually know. Sorry, I'm checking right now. That's why I'm not sharing my screen. I deleted a bunch of videos at one point as well, so I don't know if that was among it. I'm assuming not, because that would be really sad. Oh, we have the legendary dragon fight. Oh, getting up again and again and again and again.
There you are.
Oh, this was my old model. Yeah, we do have a light highlight of it, actually. Thank God. You did well, Noah, for once. You saved something. Hooray. Yeah, it's called Getting Up Again and Again and Again and Again and Again and Again and Again. That's the name, and it's the old model. But I did defeat him. I did do it. But oh my goodness. Yeah. Craziness. But yes, I indeed still have old VODs on this channel. I mean, it's only been a year now. I should have celebrated 1 year with this model, and I didn't do it because I didn't think about it. I didn't think it had been this long, but it has. Isn't that crazy? Craziness. That's the way to do it. I won't lie. It would be the hardest if there were no companion. I agree. Literally, I got beaten down so many times by that guy. And then I think everyone gave me advice like, okay, you should stop and like rethink. So I got all my I got all my armor like maxed. I like put enchantments on it. I think I increased the armor and everything on like the smith everything as well. Like I did everything. Then I got Lydia, maxed the shit out of her armor, and then we like rolled up and we killed him. But the thing about the Ebony Warrior is you can get so much damage done, but the problem is that he heals himself, and I couldn't figure out how he was healing himself, and his fucking shouts are insane. They're insane. They literally yeeted me off the cliff like multiple times. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. Yeah, anyway. You can pickpocket his potions at the start of the fight. I'm not a pickpocketer. I don't do that. So there. I didn't really think about that, to be honest. No one suggested that to me. How was I supposed to know? But anyway, guys, let's continue reading. Oh my god, you're so distracting. Let's get to it. Yes. This state of mind preyed upon my health, which had perhaps never entirely recovered from the first. Wait! Someone redeemed something before I left. Also, Clem, how are you, by the way? I didn't actually ask. How are you? How are you doing? What have you been up to? Boobs! There. Shrimp redeemed boobs. I remember that. I will do that now. Thank you so much for redeeming that. Yes. No, we're so distracting that you want all us to leave. No, I don't want you to leave. I want us to all sit down and read a book together. Yes. We need to get to chapter 11, guys, please. This state of mind preyed upon my health, which had perhaps never entirely recovered from the first shock it had sustained. Boobs. I shunned the face of man. All sound of joy or complacency was torture to me. Solitude was my only consolation. Deep, dark, death-like solitude, yeah. Yeah, nee, boobs. Boobs. Ah, now I'm confused again. My father observed with pain the alteration perceptible in my disposition and habits, and endeavors by arguments deduced from the feelings of his serene conscience and guiltless life to inspire me with fortitude and awaken me the courage to dispel the dark cloud which brooded over me. Boobs. Do you think, Victor, said he, that I do not suffer also? Boobs. No one could love a child more than I loved your brother. Boobs. Tears came into his eyes as he spoke. But is it not a duty to the survivors that we should refrain from augmenting their unhappiness by an appearance of immoderate grief? Grief? Boobs? Sorry. It is also a duty owed to yourself, for excessive sorrow prevents improvement or enjoyment, or even the discharge of daily usefulness, without which no man is fit for society. Boobs. I'm literally giggling every time you say boobs, boobs. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. I say it a lot. But I'm glad this is bringing you joy, boobs. This advice, although good, was totally unacceptable to my case. I should have been the first to hide my grief and console my friends if remorse had not mingled its bitterness and terror its alarm with my other sensations. Boobs. Now I could only answer my father with a look of despair and endeavor to hide myself from his view. Boobs. About this time we retired to our house at Belrive. Boobs. This change was particularly agreeable to me. Boobs. The shutting of the gates regularly at 10 o'clock and the impossibility of remaining on the lake after that hour had rendered our residence within the walls of Geneva very irksome to me. Boobs.
I was now free. Hooray! Often, boops, often, after the rest of the family had retired for the night, I took the boat and passed many hours upon the water, boops. Sometimes, with my sails set, I was carried by the wind, and sometimes, after rowing into the middle of the lake, I left the boat to pursue its own course, and gave way to my own miserable reflections, boops. I was often tempted when all was at peace around me, and I, the only unquiet thing that wandered restless in a scene so beautiful and heavenly, boobs. Heavenly boobs! If I except some bat or the frogs whose harsh and interrupted croaking was heard only when I approached the shore, boobs. Often, I say, I was tempted to plunge into the silent lake, that the waters might close over me and my calamities forever, boobs. But I was restrained. When I thought of the heroic and suffering Elizabeth, whom I tenderly loved, his sister, by the way, boobs, and whose existence was bound up in mine, boobs, I thought also of my father and surviving brother. Should I by my base desertion leave them exposed and unprotected to the malice of the fiend whom I had let loose among them, boobs? I made a compilation. Give me a sec, I'll link it. It's on our YouTube. Yes, it is. That's a very funny video. It is with my previous model, by the way. That is who I was before. This is who I am now. Yes. How much we have grown, eh? Yep. At these moments, I wept bitterly and wished that peace would revisit my mind only that I might afford them consolation and happiness, boobs. But that could not be. Remorse extinguished every hope, boobs. I had been the author of unalterable evils, and I lived in daily fear lest the monster whom I had created should perpetrate some new wickedness, boobs. Yeah, I gotta say, with this, like, I kind of thought this book was gonna be more about the actual monster, and it's just not here. it's just not here. Where is the monster? Where is he? I thought I was gonna get more shots of him, but he was just there like once, and then he was gone. You evolved, right? Yeah, like a Pokemon, boobs. Yeah, I would say so. Inside of us. Oh, see, I was kind of thinking as boobs. Yeah. Boobs. Boobs. Yes. Why do you think of boobs? I do not. I am saying boobs because this is what I need to say because of the redeem. Yes. I had an obscure feeling that all was not over and that he would still commit some signal crime, which by its enormity should almost efface the recollection of the past, boobs. You just said it. Yeah. Because I did. Because I wanted to, boobs. There was always scope for fear, so long as anything I loved remained behind, boobs. My abhorrence of this fiend cannot be conceived, boobs. When I thought of him, I gnashed my teeth. My eyes became inflamed, and I ardently wished to extinguish that life, which I had so thoughtlessly bestowed, boobs. When I reflected on his crimes and malice, my hatred and revenge burst all bounds of moderation, boobs. I would have made a pilgrimage to the highest peak of the Andes, could I, when there, have precipitated him to their base, boobs. I wished to see him again, that I might wreak the utmost extent of abhorrence on his head, and avenge the deaths of William and Justine, boobs. Our house was a house of mourning, boobs. My father's health was deeply shaken by the horror of the recent event, boobs. Elizabeth was sad and desponding. She no longer took delight in her ordinary occupations. All pleasure seemed to her sacrilege towards the dead. Eternal woe and tears, she then thought, was the just tribute she should pay to innocence to blasted and destroyed boobs. She was no longer that happy creature who in earlier youth wandered with me on the banks of the lake and talked with ecstasy of our future prospects, boobs. The first of those sorrows which are sent to wean us from the earth had visited her, and its deeming influence quenched her dearest smiles, boobs. When I reflect, my dear cousin, said she, on the miserable death of Justine Moritz, I no longer see the world and its works as they before appeared to me, boobs. Before, I looked upon the accounts of vice and injustice that I read in books or heard from others as tales of ancient days or imaginary evils. At last they were remote and more familiar to reason than to the imagination, boobs. But now misery has come home, and men appear to me as monsters, thirsting for each other's blood, boobs. Yet I am certainly unjust, boobs. Everybody believed that poor girl to be guilty, and if she could have committed the crime for which she suffered, assuredly she would have been the most depraved of human creatures, boobs. For the sake of a few jewels, to have murdered the son of her benefactor and friend, a child whom she had nursed from its birth, and appeared to love as if it had been her own, boobs. I could not consent to the death of any human being, but certainly I should have thought such a creature unfit to remain in the society of men, boobs. But she was innocent, boobs. I feel she was innocent. You are of the same opinion, and that confirms me, boobs. Alas, Victor, when falsehood can look so like the truth, who can assure themselves of certain happiness, boobs? I feel as if I were walking on the edge of a precipice, towards which thousands are crowding and endeavoring to plunge me into the abyss, boobs. William and Justine were assassinated, and the murderer escapes. He walks about the world free and perhaps respected, boobs. But even if I were condemned to suffer on the scaffold for the same crimes, I would not change places with such a wretch, boobs. I am done. Christmas gift wrapping are officially done for 2025. Nice. Nice. I have not wrapped anything actually because all my Christmas presents have gone to different places, boobs, where I am not. So some of my presents have been sent to Belgium, which obviously I'm not there right now, boobs. So I'm gonna have to wrap them when I go over there. Some presents have been sent to Koopsie's parents' house, which is where we're going for Christmas. So we'll have to wrap it when we get there once again. Boobs. So I actually have nothing I can wrap right now because everything's been sent to other locations, boobs. So annoying, but oh well. It's really silly actually because we usually have to pack it the day, well, like a few days before, and it seems so silly to wrap something that's just gonna be like ripped to pieces the next day, you know what I mean? Boobs, yes. Oh, the mythical half-hour times. It's 4 a.m. for you, Nakishi? Go to bed! Oh my goodness, why are you awake, boobs? Hi, yeah, but I'm quite enjoying being here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But work tomorrow, I'm in uni. Oh, what are you studying in uni, boobs? Yes. I listened to this discourse with the extremest agony, boobs. I not indeed, but in effect, was a true murderer, boobs. Elizabeth read my anguish in my countenance, and kindly taking my hand, said, My dearest friend, you must calm yourself, Boobs. These events have affected me. God knows how deeply, but I am not so wretched as you are. There is an expression of despair and sometimes of revenge in your countenance that makes me tremble, Boobs. Dear Victor, banish these dark passions. Remember the friends around you who center all their hopes in you. Have we lost the power of rendering you happy, Boobs? Ah, while we love, while we are true to each other, here in this land of peace and beauty, your native country, we may reap every tranquil blessing. What can disturb our peace, Boobs? Okay, I think Boobs is over now. Yay! It's in distance mode. I have to go just to give it. Oh, and I'm studying business management. Ooh, exciting! So what is a kind of like job you're looking to do then? Do you want to start your own business? Mm. I did business management as well, but it was like paralegal studies with business management. So I did not like the business side of it because that's not what I was there for. But I can see why you would if you want to like start your own business and everything. And could not such words from her, whom I fondly prized before every other gift of fortune, suffice to chase away the fiend that lurked in my heart? Even as she spoke, I drew near to her, as if in terror, lest at that very moment the destroyer had been near to rob me of her. Thus not the tenderness of friendship, nor the beauty of earth, nor of heaven, could redeem my soul from woe. The very accents of love were ineffectual. I was encompassed by a cloud which no beneficial influence could penetrate. The wounded deer dragging its fainting limbs to some untrodden brake, there to gaze upon the arrow which had pierced it, and to die, was but a type of me. Sometimes I could cope with the sullen despair that overwhelmed me, but sometimes the whirlwind passions of my soul drove me to seek, by bodily exercise and by change of place, some relief from my intolerable sensations. It was during an access of this kind that I suddenly left my home, and bending my steps towards the near Alpine valleys, sought in the magnificence, the eternity of such scenes, to forget myself and my ephemeral, because human, sorrows. My wanderings were directed towards the valley of Chamonix. I had visited it frequently during my boyhood. 6 years had passed since then. I was a wreck, but naught had changed in those savage and enduring scenes. I performed the first part of my journey on horseback. I afterwards hired a mule, as the more sure-footed and least liable to receive injury on these rugged roads. The weather was fine. It was about the middle of the month of August. Nearly 2 months after the death of Justine, that miserable epoch from which I dated all my woe. The weight upon my spirit was sensibly lightened as I plunged yet deeper in the ravine of Arve. The immense mountains and precipices that overhung me on every side, the sound of the river raging among the rocks, and the dashing of waterfalls around spoke of a power mighty as omnipotence, and I ceased to fear or to bend before any being less almighty than that which had created and ruled the elements. Here displayed in their most terrific guise, still, as I ascended higher, the valley assumed a more magnificent and astonishing character. Ruined castles hanging on the precipices of piny mountains, the impetuous Arve, and cottages every here and there, peeping forth from among the trees, formed a scene of singular beauty. But it was augmented and rendered sublime by the mighty Alps, whose white and shining pyramids and domes towered above all, as belonging to another Earth, the habitations of another race of beings. What did I miss? I want to start a business in future, but also if things don't go that way, I'm okay with jobs as a manager or something like that. Huh. What sort of business? Work business for sure, where they are busy with work. Yes, yes, yes. Though I have exams next week, so I'm stressed as fuck. Oh, well, you should start preparing. Have you started preparing? You better. Why are you here? Not eating so you can study. Yeah, you gotta make your study schedule. You gotta make your summaries. You know, like how are you gonna do it if you're here? This is exactly true. I can't eat. Oh, do you have trouble sleeping in general? I passed the bridge of Pélissier, where the ravine which the river forms opened before me, and I began to ascend the mountain that overhangs it. Soon after, I entered the valley of Chamonix. The valley is more wonderful and sublime, but not so beautiful and picturesque as that of Cervoux, through which I had just passed. The high and snowy mountains were its immediate boundaries, but I saw no more ruined castles and fertile fields. Immense glaciers approached the road. I heard the rumbling thunder of the falling avalanche and marked the smoke of its passage. Mont Blanc, the supreme and magnificent Mont Blanc, raised itself from the surrounding Aiguille, and its tremendous dome overlooked the valley. A tingling, long-lost sense of pleasure often came across me during this journey. Some turn in the road, some new object suddenly perceived and recognized, reminded me of days gone by, and were associated with the light-hearted gaiety of boyhood. The very winds whispered in soothing accents, and maternal nature bade me weep no more. Then again, the kindly influence ceased to act. I found myself fettered again to grief and indulging in all the misery of reflection. Then I spurred on my animal, striving so to forget the world, my fears, and more than all, myself. Or in a more desperate fashion, I alighted and threw myself on the grass, weighted down by horror and despair. At length, I arrived at the village of Chamonix. Exhausted, succeeded to the extreme fatigue both of body and of mind which I had endured. For a short space of time, I remained at the window, watching the pallid lightnings that played above Mont Blanc, and listening to the rushing of the Arve, which pursued its noisy way beneath. The same lulling sounds acted as a lullaby to my too keen sensations. When I placed my head upon my pillow, sleep crept over me. I felt it as it came, and blessed the giver of oblivion. Oblivion! Hold on. Hold on. Wrong universe. I've started, but I can't keep myself focused. I often struggled with motivation and focus as well while I was studying my bachelor's. The thing that helped me is watching YouTube videos of studying people. It's called Study With Me, and it's literally a video of someone studying. Usually they have a Pomodoro technique as well, so they'll put a 40 or 50 minute timer, and then after that they'll put a 10-minute timer where they relax. And I felt like it's a really good way to study, because I feel like it's kind of the gym effect, you know? Like going to the gym, it helps you work out because you've got other people that are doing it with you. And you don't feel so alone, and you kind of feel motivated seeing other people achieving, you know? Really, really helps, in my opinion.
But everyone's different, so it's really hard to give advice. My mind keeps wandering here and there. I just can't focus on one thing. I think all you can do is force yourself to do it, really. It's the same with everything. It's like you have to just do it. Nothing is going to make you do it, you know? But some things will help. And I think watching someone do it will help. Having a proper schedule and like dividing things in parts helps as well. Like, you know, having deadlines for yourself. Like, by Tuesday, I want to be able to do this and blah, blah, blah. Try and go offline while studying. It's easier to keep focused if less things are nearby that can distract. That's true. That's true. I love that nodding emote. I should get a nodding emote. Thank you for keeping the reading streams. I love them. Oh, I'm glad you like them. I didn't even know you were watching them, Kat. So hello. How are you? When are you joining the book club? We decided on the new book for the new book club month. Are you joining for that one? I keep forgetting the name of it. It's Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. If you want to read, please do. Chamouni. I would not have known how to pronounce that. Chamouni. Where are you seeing Oh. Chamouni. At the village of Chamouni. Well, a lot of the names are French, so I'm guessing you have to do it in the French way. Todd Howard, you madman! Oblivion! Soy, she knew her voice was cozy. Noah, the businesswoman. Actually, no, I've told her to put these on her actual reading ASMR, but no! She gives them away for free. Bad business. No! I feel like I had my Patreon for ages, and like barely anyone looked at it, so I kind of feel like it's a waste, especially because I put so much effort into it. Like I had to filter everything because I often would have to delete me saying things wrong, or like Koopsie accidentally walking in and all that, like. So it was a lot of work to like edit it and everything, and in the end, like barely anyone looked at it. So I feel like it wasn't really worth it, you know? I mean, you did, of course, and you support me, Soy, and I really appreciate that. Even though I told you really don't have to. She's already 5 moves ahead. Probably going to sell later books. No, probably not. But as long as it brings in people, I think it still makes me very happy. So we're still doing. Is Koopsie your... Oh, actually, I haven't explained who Koopsie is. Koopsie is my boyfriend. So when I say, don't mind Koopsie, he's shouting in the background. He's shouting because he plays a lot of League and he gets mad because he loses a lot. But don't tell him I said that. Koopsie is her better half. Yes. Wait, better? What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. No, don't worry. How would you know? How would you know? Oh boy, I love books. Oh, I know you love books, Tom. You're the sole reason I'm doing this. I do try, but sometimes it feels so overwhelming that I want to just give up. I get that feeling. I know it's a lot. I used to have like 6 exams in the same period and stuff. It can be so stressful. But like everyone says, all you can do is your best. Divide the work. Make a schedule. See what you can do in an amount of time. Turn off all distractions. What I used to do is put away my phone, turn it off, put on a video of someone studying, and then do the timer. I feel like Pomodoro is really, really good, because forcing yourself to study for like a whole period doesn't work. You have to give yourself breaks, because like it's been proven that your brain cannot do that. It needs a break for a few minutes after that. So it's really good to do it with timers. But also what I used to do is I would speak when I studied. I would walk around and I would basically read my summary and then explain it to myself, and then I would put away the paper and then revise and say like, oh, this is blah 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 blah, and then blah 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 blah. So I would basically explain it as if it was to a class or something, and that really, really helped me. Like studying aloud is so OP. I mean, it doesn't work for everyone, right? Like everyone's so different, so it's really hard to give advice. But that really helped me. Yeah. He's the cute one in the relationship in before me, getting so bad. What the fuck? I mean, I suppose you can say that because you actually met us, so. I'm joining the book club this time, as should all of chat. Indeed! Indeed, Cat. Very good. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're reading the book. Yippee! We got a member! Let's go! Currently, we've got Senti, and we got Say, and we got me. We've read 2 books so far. Very exciting. Thank you for the hydrate. Hi, Herat. How are you today? You were, oh my god, you were in my streamer blah blah blah, how is it called, report of the year, like it looks like, ooh, blah blah blah, and you were one of the like highest viewers or something, which I'm really surprised about. Are you always lurking or something? Curious. I thought I never see you. I see you every blue moon. You can get an app called Power Focus, which will time it for you. Ooh, okay. But thank you for the hydrate. Lamau, not lurking so much. But then why are you here? Why are you on the Twitch thing? Hopefully the book is good. I think it's more comedic, not super deep or anything. It doesn't have to be deep. Books are about enjoyment, aren't they? And my suggestion really sucked, so don't worry. Don't worry, don't feel bad. Because mine sucked. It's okay if the book sucks, you know, we're exploring books. The main point of the book club is that we read more books and we can discuss the books and, like, I don't know. It's just a fun little hobby, isn't it? I like doing it. I've always wanted to be in a book club. This is very fun for me, yes. I just arrived, but talking and hydrating is not lurking. Well, how have you been? Good, doing good, thanks. That's good, that's good. I'm okay. Had a long day today. So looking forward to sleep and looking forward to the weekend as well. Your suggestion was great in the first half. Yeah, I feel like the book could have been really good. I feel like in the beginning, I like you said, I really enjoyed it because it was about the love of books and it was such a cozy place. Like it sounded like such a cozy place. But I feel like there were just certain parts that were very unnecessary or unfinished. Like I feel like she left the bookshop way too early and it kind of felt like she hadn't made any progress and I felt like she wasn't really ready to leave. Like I feel like they could have stretched that a bit more. And then the second part of the book felt really unnecessary and we know now why, because it was added later. It wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, stretch. Oh, I love the book club idea. I'm glad you love it. I'm so happy. Yippee! Going from Elder Scroll streamer to book streamer. What an evolution. No, I'm probably going to stream games always. I don't think I would go like books full time. I like games too much. That'd be so boring if I only read books, you know? There needs to be a balance. There needs to be variety. Anyway, we're probably not gonna get to chapter 11, but we're gonna try, okay? Here we go. Also, if anyone wants to go to bed, don't worry, you can always watch the VOD for the rest of the chapters. Don't worry, you can leave. Going from Elder Scrolls books to in real books, massive transformation. I know, that's what I'm saying. I love talking to people online because I'm so introverted and can't talk in real life. I kind of feel that. I kind of feel like, yeah, I love talking here. I mean, the only person I talk to the most is like Koopsie. I have online friends, obviously, but it's just, yeah. I don't really have anyone in real life that I go to have coffee with, you know. Koopsie's like the only person I have. So it's definitely really nice to stream and talk to you guys. So I feel that. I feel that definitely. But yeah, we do come together in the server sometimes to hang out. We've got a community night happening on the 18th. We've got a movie night happening on... Sorry, the movie night is on the 18th. And we've got community night on the 14th? Is that when we have it? But... mind you, we don't really do many community things nowadays because I'm just so always busy. But I felt like for December, I really wanted to do something. But my goal would be to like do it more in the future. But to be fair, I think up until now, I hadn't really done it very much anymore because I've been working, because I was working in a workplace where my schedule was really irregular. So I basically couldn't plan anything ahead. Whereas now, I've basically always got the same shift, so I can do that. And I feel much more free to like organize community events, which is really nice. Discord calls or just chatting? Discord calls, yeah. So we've got the fishing event, which is I want to do just in voice chat. And then the movie night, we're probably all gonna mute. I kind of don't like it when everyone talks over each other when you're watching a movie. Last time we just kind of typed in chat. I feel like that's much easier because then you can actually concentrate on the movie. But it is welcome. It's not banned or anything, but yeah. Like usually when I did community nights before, it's just we all play a game together and everyone can join and we chat. Yes. Movie night muted is better. I agree. It's just like otherwise everyone will talk over the movie and it's just not that enjoyable. If you talk, we will execute you. Okay, no, that's not true. Talking is not a requirement for the Discord. We have people who only type even in voice chat. Yeah, definitely. No, that's definitely not what I meant. Yeah, like you can do what you want. Okay, if you want to talk, talk. If you want to type, type. You know, we got a mix of people really, all the time. Like there's always someone that doesn't talk. There's someone that does talk. There's like no requirement really. I feel like everyone's free to do what they want. Except be rude. That's not welcome. The question was for... Oh. Sorry. Well, anyway, now you know. I posted some pictures of my animal. Yo! Oh my god, that is an Outer Wilds cosplay. Dude, I feel like I've never seen that ever. I've never seen someone cosplay that. That's so cool, dude. I love that. I love that plushie as well. It's really cute. Zam. That is fucking sick, dude. Me at the top of a mountain outside of Las Vegas? Dude, if I saw that picture, I would not think of Vegas. That's crazy. Vegas has snow? I try not to be rude. That's good. I would say that's a good mindset for everywhere. But yeah, let's continue reading. Chapter 10. I spent the following day roaming through the valley. I stood beside the sources of the Arviron, which take their rise in a glacier that with slow pace is advancing down from the summit of the hills to barricade the valley. The abrupt sides of vast mountains were before me. The icy wall of the glacier overhung me. A few shattered pines were shattered around, and the solemn silence of this glorious presence chamber of imperial nature was broken only by the brawling waves or the fall of some vast fragment. The thunder sound of the avalanche or the cracking reverberated along the mountains of the accumulated ice, which through the silent working of immutable laws was ever and anon rent and torn, as if it had been but a plaything in their hands. These sublime and magnificent scenes afforded me the greatest consolation that I was capable of receiving. They elevated me from all littleness littleness of feeling, and although they did not remove my grief, they subdued and tranquilized it. In some degree also, they diverted my mind from the thoughts over which it had brooded for the last month. I retired to rest at night. My slumbers, as it were, waited on, and ministered to by the a semblance of grand shapes which I had contemplated during the day. They congregated round me, the unstained snowy mountaintop, the glittering pinnacle, the pine woods, and ragged bare ravine, the eagle, soaring amidst the clouds. They all gathered round me, and bade me be at peace. I'll go to bed after this paragraph. Okay, well, that's the end of the paragraph. Time to go to bed. That's a lot of big words. Indeed, indeed, always. This book is a lot of big words. I did not know Vegas had that much snow. We were not prepared for that hike. That is crazy. Yeah, wow. When I think of Vegas, I think of hot. So that is actually crazy. Obviously, it makes sense that every country has cold periods and warm periods, but it's just, I don't know. I thought Vegas was always warm. I don't know. I've never been to Vegas. But that's really cool, though. Hell yeah. Was that Outer Wilds cosplayer your friend, or was it just a person that you came across? But yeah, thank you for joining, Nekishi. I will learn how to say your name. Thank you for joining. Nice to meet you. Have a good sleep. Good luck with your dessert. Good luck with your exams. You got this. Concentrate. Put that phone away. Yep. I'm saluting you right now, even though you can't see it. Yeah, I thought Vegas was in a Nevada desert. Yeah, same. Yep, best friend from high school. That's so sick, dude. Did he make it himself? Okay, it was really nice being here, and I want to say you've got one of the softest reading voices I've ever heard. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have a good night's sleep, and I hope to see you again. I hope to see you again, too. Good night. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. Bye. Where were we? Where had they fled when the next morning I awoke? All of soul inspiriting fled with sleep, and dark melancholy clouded every thought. The rain was pouring in torrents, and thick mists hid the summits of the mountains, so that I even saw not the faces of those mighty friends. Still I would penetrate their misty veil and seek them in their cloudy retreats. What were rain and storm to me? My mule was brought to the door, and I resolved to ascend to the summit of Montanvert. I remembered the effect that the view of the tremendous and ever-moving glacier had produced upon my mind when I first saw it. It had then filled me with a sublime ecstasy that gave wings to the soul and allowed it to soar from the obscure world to light and joy. The sight of the awful and majestic in nature had indeed always the effect of solemnizing my mind and causing me to forget the passing cares of life. I determined to go without a guide, for I was well acquainted with the path, and the presence of another would destroy the solitary grandeur of the scene. Did I hear 3D? 3D? He did 3D printed programmed an Arduino to control lightning and speakers. Wow, that is sick, dude. That is very cool. Did you do your Golshi cosplay yourself? Sadly, nah, I bought it. I'm not a costume maker, not one of my skills. Honestly, I do think people that like make their own costumes when they're cosplaying, it's so sick. I follow a few people on Instagram, and it's literally so impressive. I love watching it. You have to be so creative to be able to do that. But it was so fun to be Golshi. So many people loved it at the con. There was a female Golshi there too that was really tall and ripped. It was super accurate and scary. That is so cool though. I love that. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I mean, cons are so fun, aren't they? I've never cosplayed myself, actually. I'd love to cosplay one day. It's just a bit scary because everyone's staring at you. Ugh, scary. Like, so what if someone asks for a picture? What do you do? Was this Comic-Con in November? I don't know. This is... let's continue. This ascent is precipitous, but the path is cut into continual and short windings, which enable you to surmount the perpendicularity of the mountain. That was hard. It is a scene terrifically desolate. In 1,000 spots, the traces of the winter avalanche may be perceived, where trees lie broken and strewed on the ground, some entirely destroyed, others bent, leaning upon the jutting rocks of the mountain, or traversely upon other trees. The path, as you descend higher, is intersected by ravines of snow, down which stones continually roll from above. One of them is particularly dangerous, as the slightest sound, such as even speaking in a loud voice, produces a concussion of air sufficient to draw destruction upon the head of the speaker. The pines are not tall or luxuriant, but they are somber and add an air of severity to the scene. I looked on the valley beneath. Vast mists were rising from the river which ran through it and curling in thick wreaths around the opposite mountains, whose summits were hid in the uniform clouds, while rain poured from the dark sky and added to the melancholy impression I received from the objects around me. Alas! Why does man boast of sensibilities superior to those apparent in the brute? It only renders them more necessary beings. If our impulses were confined to hunger, thirst, and desire, we might be nearly free. But now we are moved by every wind that blows, and a chance word or scene that word may convey to us. We rest, a dream has power to poison sleep. We rise, one wandering through pollutes the day. We feel, conceive, or reason, laugh or weep, embrace fond woe, or cast our cares away. It is the same, for, be it joy or sorrow, the path of its departure still is free. Man's yesterday may ne'er be like his morrow. No, not may endure, but mutability. It was nearly noon when I arrived at the top of the ascent. For some time I sat upon the rock that overlooks the sea of ice. A mist covered both that and the surrounding mountains. Presently a breeze dissipated the cloud, and I descended upon the glacier. The surface is very uneven, rising like the waves of a troubled sea, descending low, and interspersed by rifts that sink deep. The field of ice is almost a league in width, but I spent nearly 2 hours in crossing it. The opposite mountain is a bare perpendicular rock. From the side where I now stood, Montanvert was exactly opposite, at the distance of a league, and above it rose Mont Blanc in awful majesty. I remained in a recess of the rock, gazing on this wonderful and stupendous scene. The sea, or rather the vast river of ice, wound among its dependent mountains, whose aerial summits hung over its recesses. Their ice and glittering peaks shone in the sunlight over the clouds. My heart, which was before sorrowful, now swelled with something like joy. I exclaimed, "Wandering spirits, if indeed ye wander, and do not rest in your narrow beds, allow me this faint happiness, or take me, as your companion, away from the joys of life." This has been amazing, but I need to eat. Good night. Good night. I did think you would eat, but it's way too late for you. Goodness me. Take care, Soy. Thank you for defending chat. I appreciate you. Just wanted to read as far as I could. I'm probably gonna have to stop soon because it's almost 11 and that's my EP time. But I'm trying my best because I set a goal and I sure as hell I'm gonna try to reach it. But yeah, thank you for protecting chat. Have a good night. And I will see you next time. Good night, bye bye. Hi Wolf, you doing okay? You still chilling? What time is it for you actually? As I said this, I suddenly beheld the figure of a man at some distance, advancing towards me with superhuman speed. Oh my god! He bounded over the crevices in the ice, among which I had walked with caution. His stature also, as he approached, seemed to exceed that of a man. I was troubled. A mist came over my eyes, and I felt a faintness seize me, but I was quickly restored by the cold gale of the mountains. I perceived, as the shape came nearer, slight, tremendous, and abhorred, that it was a wretch whom I had created. I trembled with rage and horror, resolving to wait his approach, and then close with him in mortal combat. He approached. His countenance bespoke bitter anguish, combined with disdain and malignity, while its unearthly ugliness rendered it almost too horrible for human eyes. But I scarcely observed this. Rage and hatred had at first deprived me of utterance, and I recovered only to overwhelm him with words expressive of furious detestation. Detestation, yes, and contempt. It's our fault for baiting you into yapping so much. Well, I don't know if you're baiting me. I think it's both our faults, yes. I do often lead the charge, I think. Devil, I exclaimed, do you dare approach me? And do not you fear the fierce vengeance of my arm wreaked on your miserable head? Be gone, vile insect, or rather stay, that I may trample you to dust. And oh, that I could, with the extinction of your miserable existence, restore those victims who you have so diabolically murdered. Oh my god. Have a nice lurk, Tom. It's almost 2 a.m. for you. Much better today will be a good day. Oh goodness, 2 a.m. You should go to bed, Wolf. Go to bed, please, I beg. I expected this reception, said the daemon. He speaks! Oh my god! All men hate the wretched. How, then, must I be hated? Who am miserable beyond all living things, yet you, my creator, detest and spurn me, thy creature, to whom thou art bound by ties only dissoluble by the annihilation of one of us. You purpose to kill me. How dare you sport thus with life? Do your duty towards me, and I will do mine towards you and the rest of mankind. If you will comply with my conditions, I will leave them, and you at peace. But if you refuse, I will glut the maw of death until it be satiated with the blood of your remaining friends. Abhorred monster, fiend that thou art, the tortures of hell are too mild a vengeance for thy crimes. Wretched devil, you reproach me with your creation. Come on then, that I may extinguish the spark which I so negligently bestowed. My rage was without bounds. I sprang on him, impelled by all the feelings which can arm one being against existence of another. He easily eluded me and said, "Be calm. I entreat you to hear me before you give vent to your hatred on my devoted head. Have I not suffered enough, that you seek to increase my misery? Life, although it may only be an accumulation of anguish, is dear to me, and I defend it. Remember, thou hast made me more powerful than thyself. My height is superior to thine. to thine. That's a hard word, oh my god. My joints more supple, but I will not be tempted to set myself in opposition to thee. I am thy creature, and I will be even mild and docile to my natural lord and king, if thou wilt also perform thy part, the which thou owest me. O Frankenstein, be not equitable to every other, and trample upon me alone, to whom thy justice, and even thy clemency and affection, is most true. Why are we talking in thy all of a sudden? Remember that I am thy creature. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel, whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed. Everywhere I see bliss, from which I alone am irrevocably excluded. I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous. Begone! I will not hear you. There can be no community between you and me. We are enemies. Begone, or let us try our strength in a fight in which one must fall. How can I move thee? Will no entreaties cause thee to turn a favorable eye upon thy creature, who implores thy goodness and compassion? Believe me, Frankenstein, I was benevolent. My soul glowed with love and humanity. But am I not alone? Miserably alone? You, my creator, abhor me. What hope can I gather from your fellow creatures who owe me nothing? They spurn and they hate me. The desert mountains and dreary glaciers are my refuge. I have wandered here many days. The caves of ice, which I only do not fear, are a dwelling to me, and the only one which man does not grudge. These bleak skies I hail, for they are kinder to me than your fellow beings. Wow, I feel like I've read Begone, a Vile Insect in other works, but I guess Frankenstein did it first. I think Frankenstein did a lot of things first. Already go, thanks. Oh, you're going to sleep? Good. Good night. Bye-bye. If the multitude of mankind knew of themselves, if the multitude of mankind knew of my existence, they would do as you do and arm themselves for my destruction. Shall I not then hate them who abhor me? I will keep no terms with my enemies. I am miserable, and they shall share my wretchedness. Yet it is in your power to recompense me and deliver them from an evil which only remains for you to make so great, that not only you and your family, but thousands of others shall be swallowed up in the whirlwinds of its rage. Let your compassion be moved, and do not disdain me. Listen to my tale. When you have heard that, abandon or commiserate me, as you shall judge that I deserve. But hear me. The guilty are allowed by human laws, bloody as they are, to speak in their own defense before they are condemned. Listen to me, Frankenstein. You accuse me of murder, and yet you would, with a satisfied conscience, destroy your own creature. Oh, praise the eternal justice of man, yet I ask you not to spare me. Listen to me, and then, if you can, and if you will, destroy the work of your hands. Why do you call to my remembrance? I rejoined. Circumstances of which I shudder to reflect, that I have been the miserable origin and author. Cursed be the day, abhorred devil, in which you first saw light. Cursed, although I curse myself, be the hands that formed you. You have made me wretched beyond expression. You have left me no power to consider whether I am just to you or not. Begone! Relieve me from the sight of your detested form. Thus I relieve you, my creator, he said, and he placed his hated hands before my eyes, which I flung from me with violence. Thus I take from thee a sight which you abhor. Still thou canst listen to me, and grant me thy compassion. By the virtues that I once possessed, I demand this from you. Hear my tale. It is long and strange, and the temperature of this place is not fitting to your fine sensations. Come to the hut upon the mountain. The sun is yet high in the heavens. Before it descends to hide itself behind your snowy precipices and illuminate another world, you will have heard my story and can decide. On you it rests whether I quit forever the neighborhood of man and lead a harmless life, or become the scourge of your fellow creatures and the author of your own speedy ruin. As he said this, he led the way across the ice. I followed. My heart was full, and I did not answer him, but as I proceeded, I weighted the various arguments that he had used, and determined at least to listen to his tale. I was partially urged by curiosity, and compassion confirmed my resolution. I had hitherto supposed him to be the murderer of my brother, and I eagerly sought a confirmation or denial of his opinion. Of this opinion. For the first time, also, I felt what the duties of a creator towards his creature were, and that I ought to render him happy before I complained of his wickedness. These motives urged me to comply with his demand. We crossed the ice, therefore, and ascended the opposite rock. The air was cold, and the rain again began to descend. We entered the hut, the fiend with an air of exultation, I with a heavy heart and depressed spirits, but I consented to listen, and seating myself by the fire, which my odious companion had lighted, he thus began his tale. We actually made it before 11 p.m. Let's go! Yes! Clutch! Clutch! Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I will put it in chat. We got up to chapter 11 of Frankenstein today. It's actually getting quite exciting. I love that, like, I don't know, when you watch the movies and everything, I feel like the focus is always, or maybe I'm misremembering, I don't know, I always felt like the focus was on the monster, you know, and it being a monster. But in this book, it feels like the focus is much more on Victor and his feelings and what he's thinking. And I kind of feel like he's the evil one. I feel like Victor is supposed to be the monster. And maybe that's why so many people think that Frankenstein is the monster, because he actually is. He creates this person against his will. He then abandons him, then accuses him of murdering someone, even though he doesn't even know that. And then, yeah, just like, is like, oh my god, you devil! But he's like, he's the one that created him. Like, you fucking hypocrite. I think that's the point of the book, yes. Yes, it's just very interesting. I've never read the books, I don't really know. But anyway. You ending? Yes, I am. Every person is created against their own will, or at least without their consent. This is true, but it's a bit different because has created him not the same as everyone else. Like, he's created him even though this person died, plus he made him in a way that is not natural, and like it is very noticeable, I suppose. Like, he will not fit in, basically, and he cannot live a normal life, and yet he still created him purely because he wanted to know if he could, basically. He wanted to challenge death, and then he was like, oh my god, this guy is alive, how dare you. I hear boop 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 boops. Oh, sorry. The boop 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 boops is my okay, on my mic I've got a straw hat hanging because of One Piece. So when I bump against it, it boops. We should watch the sequel to Frankenstein, RoboCop. What? What? Oh, sorry, that's my bedtime alarm. But thank you everyone for joining. It was so very lovely. We got so much done. I really didn't want to stream this long because obviously I like to relax before going to bed. But I was a bit aware that, you know, last time I left an hour earlier, so I kind of felt like you guys deserved a bit longer. So I don't really mind that. Well, as always, thanks for the stream. Also, apologies for ranting about the neighbor. No, don't apologize. Your neighbor's a dickhead. And you let him know, okay? You say like, you're a dickhead. No, okay, don't say that to him. Just snitch on him to your landlord, okay? Tell on him. He must face the consequences. So don't worry. You should tell us so we can tell you what to do. Thank you for streaming. It was fun at the cozy. I'm glad you had fun. It was really fun. I'm glad you had fun, Blind. Nice. You neighbors. I know, right? No, my neighbors are actually kind of nice. It's nice. I don't care. It's fine. I'm not leaving you out. What the hell? But yeah, thank you for joining, everyone. What day is it today? Wednesday. I will see you again on Sunday. What are we doing on Sunday? Let's see. On Sunday, we're playing Morrowind and we're playing Oblivion Remastered. So like basically a whole Elder Scrolls stream. Isn't that super exciting? Yippee! But yeah, thank you everyone for joining and thank you for staying. It's so late. Everybody, go to bed right now. Thank you for the stream, Noah. No problem, no problem. Have a great rest of your week. You too! You got this, guys. Only 2 days and then it's weekend. Well, at least it's one bad apple instead of multiple bad apples. This is true. This is true. You're taking this really well. But know that he's in the wrong. And you are a wonderful human being, okay? Yeah. 11 p.m. is too early for sleep. What do you mean? Well, I get up at like 7:30, so 11 p.m. is kind of good for me. I feel like whenever I go to bed at 11 a.m., I feel really well rested. So this is kind of... Sorry, 11 p.m., sorry. Sunday long stream. I hope your buddy's ready for squats. Oh no. Not on a Sunday. Not on a God's day. It's supposed to be a lazy day, say. Disgraceful. Okay, early start, understandable. Yeah, so that's why. I only need to get to work at like 9 a.m. But I like making my breakfast and chilling out, you know, doing my skincare. I don't like rushing in the morning, so I kind of need at least an hour to get ready, you know. That warms this wise man's heart. Thank you for that. Of course, and I mean it. Yeah. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining again. I will see you on Sunday. If not, I will see you another day. You've got the schedule on the Discord if you want it. But for now, I will go to bed. You should go to bed as well. Eat enough, sleep enough. All that very important. If you don't, I will be in your walls and I don't pay rent. Okay, goodbye. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.